drafted Evan Neal 7th overall. And people can say I was a bust and they can blame Joe Shane. Man, everybody in that position would have taken Evan Neal. I mean, what are we talking about here? He was supposed to be a great. He's not.
The only argument was Charles Cross.
Carmen Brasillo can't make that guy really good. Chris, I don't know if anybody can because Brasillo has done a fantastic job here.
The only guy you could argue, they were taking a tackle there no matter what with one of those two picks. So it was either him or Charles Cross. That's the only argument you can make. Jova says, hey, guys, if the Giants have a top 10 pick in the next year's draft, do you draft the OSC wide receiver? It all depends. It all depends on what they do leading up into the draft. What veteran wide receiver becomes available via trade. What's the trade market? So it all depends on what they do leading up into the draft before I could answer that question. But of course, I think a wide receiver too is one of our biggest needs going into next year. You want to try to give Jackson Dart as much help as you possibly can. As good as Wan'Dale's played, he's not, in my opinion at least, he's not a 1A, which is what you want to strive for. Opposite, especially with Neighbors probably not going to be himself for the majority of next year. He's just getting the ACL surgery this week. He'll likely start the year, if I had to guess, or close to the start of the year, but it's probably going to take him some time to really hit his groove. So I think you got to try to line Dart up with a really talented wide receiver opposite Neighbors next year and going forward. So I think that's a big need. Line's always a need for this team. Cornerback's a major need. But Jova, I got to see what they do before the draft before I could answer, should they take a wide receiver with that first pick? They could trade for one in the offseason. They could trade for one before the deadline. There's a lot that comes into play before I could, say what I think they should do with that pick.
I just saw a stat that says Jackson Dart has 10 total touchdowns since, week 4. That's the 4th most in the NFL.
Well, you want to hear another encouraging stat? The Giants in the last 3 weeks, I saw somebody post this on Twitter. I forgot who it was. The Giants in the last 3 weeks have the third best red zone offense in terms of percentage converted to touchdowns in the NFL. And that's against some good defenses. Denver.
We scored 10 touchdowns the last 2 games.
Yeah. So Denver, the Eagles. So yeah, the offense has gotten a lot better since Dart and Thomas have been.
I just love Twitter. Twitter's fun. Somebody posts, who's going to stop this duo between Dart and Scatterboo, and then some asshole retweet. Bronco fans can't let the Giants go. I have never seen anything like it in my life. Bronco fans are so hung up on the Giants. You wouldn't think they lost the game, but the way they keep talking about the Giants. But there's
Broncos are not that good.
No, there's somebody's tweets out, oh, the Broncos are going to stop Dart and Scatterboo. I'm like, they scored 5 touchdowns. You didn't stop shit. Our defense stopped us from winning that game. Not Dart and Scatterboo.
Yeah, and Toasty says, rest in peace. Yeah, I saw that about 10 minutes before we went live. I got the notification on my phone. Nick Mangold, only 41 years old. I think it has something to do with kidney disease. I saw that. I was looking it up real quick, and I think something came out a couple of months ago that he had some kind of kidney disease, but obviously way too young. Multiple Pro Bowl lineman for the Jets, and it's horrible. You hate to see that.
Yeah, way younger than me. And that's the thing. Like, I love the Giants, dude, and I have a lot of fun. I don't always have a lot of fun covering them. I love doing the games with you. We've done them forever. And I love doing Giants Collective. I think it's a lot of fun to talk football with Giants fans. And yeah, for 3 to 6 hours on a Sunday, I'll lose my mind and I'll be upset or mad or happy or whatever. But, as I've gotten older, dude, by Monday, like by the time my post-game video is done, I'm kind of over it. Like it doesn't linger because I am older now. And it's just, it's important for Sunday. But the rest of the week, it's not really that important.
Well, especially where the Giants are now. Like, that's still a really tough loss. But if the Giants were a Super Bowl contending team, that would, I think, sting a lot more than what happened last week. Like, if the Giants
were able to put up 5 touchdowns in Denver against that deep, I think it's again. I don't care what our record is at the end of the year. I think the future is bright for the Giants. I really do. I think it is very. I really do. I think this is going to be a good football team next year. We're going to have a much easier schedule. You're going to get you guys back healthy. Dart's going to have a year experience. You're going to have another, I don't know how much they can do in free agency. They don't have a lot of cap. You're going to have another draft. I don't know what the coaching staff's going to look like, obviously, but I would not be surprised if the Giants are competing for a playoff spot next year.
Oh,
that's how confident I am in where they're going.
I expect them to compete for a playoff spot next year. That's my expectation.
I'm just looking forward to next week. I don't give a shit about anything else.
Yeah, let's go. And Ronald says, O-line is first season, not now. Oh, okay. I thought you meant this year. I'm sorry. O-line has been okay the last 2 years. His stint here, he leans into something, it works, but something else doesn't. Hire an analytics person. Last week, Yeah, in terms of in-game decision making, Ronald didn't even bring up the 2-point conversion. That's another analytics thing, right? When they went for 2 up, I think it was 19-0. That early in the game, I didn't agree with that. Yeah, if Dable's back, I agree. They got to have somebody to help them with that. As we're getting set to kick away, so the Eagles will start with the ball, Bad Dog, which I kind of like.
Yep.
Kicks away by Gillen. And the Eagles are going to field this a yard deep, and that's not what you want because they'll start with it at the 35 with the new rule.
Yep, that's terrible.
And Larry says, stand up, Giants fans, Bad Dog. My Rebs beast. The Rebels. Ole Miss beat the Sooners yesterday, but I thought it was going to be a repeat of the Broncos game. Let's go Giants. Let's go Dart. Yeah.
The Sooners offense is fucking terrible. I don't know what else to say. It's a bad. Mateer's not good.
I watched that game. He was horrible here.
They're not. That's just not a good offense. Their defense, actually, I mean, they gave up a lot of points in that game, but I think the Sooners defense is very good. But I knew that they weren't going to, when they actually came back to take the lead 26-25, I thought that they might actually win the game. But when they missed the 2-point conversion, I felt crappy. But listen, the fumble on the punt return was the killer. The Sooners have that ball at midfield. If they don't turn it over there and they go down and score, we win. But no, they fumbled at midfield, and Ole Miss got a reprieve, and they ended up scoring a touchdown. So
the Eagles
there was a couple of bullshit calls against the Sooners as well.
The Eagles actually just got hit with a penalty on the kickoff, so they will not start with it at the 35. We'll see where they start with it. Coming out in the Kelly Green jerseys.
I was going to say, I hate to give the Eagles any credit, and I'm not a jersey guy. I love that jersey. I don't care. It's one of my favorite jerseys. I hate that I have to say that, but if I'm being honest, I've always loved that jersey. I just do. I like the eagle on the side. The Eagles are the coolest birds ever. They should change their name to something like the Pigeons or the Shithawks or whatever.
They must have picked up the flag now because they have it at the 35 to start the
officials don't know what the hell they're doing today.
Man in motions, Devontae Smith, shotgun formation for Hurts, takes the snap. Giants come with 4. Instant pressure. Hurts able to buy time as he steps up in the pocket, throws, and a good play there in coverage as that's broken up by Tyler Nubin with his left hand.
You are way ahead of me.
Let me pause.
Which I'm surprised on Fox. Am I not live? You're 10 seconds ahead of me, which is crazy.
Seconds, okay, I just paused it for about 4. I'll pause it a little more.
You should be good. We'll see. Maybe it's not 10 seconds.
All right, so first play incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Nubin makes a really nice play.
We got to be aware of number 6.
Yes, he had a monster game for the Eagles last week.
Got to be aware of him.
Here's Hurts under center. Giants with a 4-man front. Make it 5. Barkley in the backfield takes the snap, gives to Saquon. Saquon cuts it to the left. He's got a huge hole. He's gone. Saquon's going to take this all the way to the house, 65 yards, and just like that, the Giants trail 6-0.
You knew he was due to break out. I mean, this guy's been shut down all year, and it's just you knew this was coming without question. There's only a matter of time before he breaks out and has a big game. He could have 250 today against the Giants.
Well, especially after that run.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Not the start you wanted. 17 seconds in, the Giants already trail 7-0.
Yep. There's no contain over here. There's nobody over here. And Nubin again, dude. What is with this guy just taking the worst angles you have ever fucking seen in your life?
Kick's good. 7-0 Birds. 17 seconds into the game, the Giants trail 7-0.
Dude, what is that angle? And what is that defense? There's nobody over to this side of everybody overloaded to the freaking left.
The Giants in the last quarter and 17 seconds have given up 40 points.
I just don't understand this. I don't get this defense at all. And again, Nubin just standing there flat-footed. It's terrible.
Oh, God.
That's awful defense.
Cowboy MLB says, time to bring out the brooms. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. PHUCK Philly. Let's hope we get the brooms. Not to start if we want the brooms to be broken out, but we'll see if the offense can respond.
Yeah, that's awful. Glad I'm not playing Barkley in fantasy this week.
Larry J says
last week. What
did you say?
I said I'm glad I'm not playing Barkley in fantasy this week.
Yeah, I drafted him on my only fantasy team I do, and he's been horrible all year, but I guess we got fantasy points at least.
Yeah.
Larry J says, Dart is the NFL leader for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Hottie toddy. Yeah, I mean, he's one, and I would think, I mean, I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know. Well, Tyler Warren's probably up there, right? But yeah, Dart's one right now.
But they usually give it to a quarterback. I mean, it's going to be hard for a tight end to win that.
Kicks away. And the Giants will return this as they field it at the 2. Gunner will take it out to the 20, to the 25, 30, and he's arm tackled down at about the 31.
I just don't understand how bad. Like, again, just Shane Bowen's defense is just, this guy can't, Chris, he can't be here the rest of the year. Like, you got to get somebody else in here. This defense is way too talented to allow this shit to happen week in and week out.
Yeah, that was not
too much
not
talent here. It's awful. It's awful the way their defense is.
We'll see what We'll see what Jackson Dart could do here on the road. Giants haven't won here since 2013, October 27th. Today's the 26th.
Matt Barkley was their quarterback.
Yeah. Here's Dart out of the gun. Bellinger in motion from the 31. Takes the snap, gives to Scadaboo. Scadaboo off right side. Gets 4 as he was able to push forward.
Yeah, you take that. You'll take 2nd and 6 all day.
Andrew Thomas with the pull there. He went to the right side to open up that hole.
You'll take 2nd and 6 all day.
So 2nd and 6. Dart under center from the 35. See if they get 3 or 4 yards here to make it 3rd and manageable at the very least. Dart under center. Takes the snap, gives to Scat. There's a flag. Scat got the 3 or 4 yards. He fumbled the ball, but I think he was down.
That'll be on the Giants, probably illegal formation.
Yep. So it'll be 2nd and 11 as they get hit with a 5-yard penalty. Billy Lyon says, even coming off an awful loss, I'm excited for Giants football again. Thank you, Dart and Scadaboo. Let's win. Stand up. Let's go. Let's hope the offense.
Size. How the hell do you line up?
Bellinger?
You're going to kill me, man.
2nd most penalties in the NFL, the Giants this year. 32nd penalty. If they were more, you look at that stat. If they were more disciplined, they'd probably have at least 4 wins.
Jesus Christ.
Here's Dart out of the gun. 4 wide, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Scadaboo to his left.
Garbage.
Eagles bring 4. Dart drops back. He's going to step up, tried to run with it, only got a yard as he was tackled from behind. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
We're going to get fucking killed in this game, dude. This is a 35-13 Eagle win. We're going to get destroyed in this game.
Eric says, big game, go blue. Giants 23, Eagles 20 from me.
We're going to get killed. We are going to get killed in this game.
Not looking good so far.
We are going to get absolutely destroyed in this game.
3rd and 10 for Dart here from the 31. Man in motion, Theo Johnson. Eagles with a 4-man front, and it's a screen pass to Theo. Nothing doing as they lose a yard. It'll be Eagles ball. Giants off the punt.
We are going to get this game might be over in the 1st quarter.
They just blew that screen pass off.
We are going to get destroyed in this game.
And Super Anthony says, loving the Kelly Green's, not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I do too.
B-Rock says, Newman needs to be better at angles. Yes, he made a good play right before it, and then, of course, he screws up on the very next play for the big run.
Yep.
Gillen set the punt it away.
You can just tell.
The punt's away. It looks like Gillen came down awkwardly there. Hopefully he's not hurt. As the Eagles will call for the fair catch at the 25.
I think he was trying to draw a flag.
I think you're probably right.
Yep.
God, you hate to see Barkley in an Eagles uniform doing that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was only a matter of time, dude. I mean, they shut him down completely. I don't understand how the Newman, like, it's just insane, man.
And Michael says, hello, guys. Lions off this week. Yeah, you guys earned it. You guys have played well. So nice, stress-free football weekend for me. Best of luck today. You all keep me entertained. Let's go, Giants. Thank you for being here, Michael. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Lions probably the most talented team in the NFC, I would think.
I think they're the best team in the NFC.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do.
Boomer says this will be the worst loss of the year. Brutal. It's not looking good so far.
I can see that happening. Honestly,
Mr. Bad Dogs intern says Newbin easily one of the worst safeties in the NFL. He's been horrible, especially with angles. You see it every week.
I don't know what to say. It's just I don't know what the hell he does. I just don't get it.
And Boomer Sooner says, does Dart's success rely on Dable? Biggest question of the season. I don't think it relies on Dable. I think the question is, can you get a better play caller in here than Dable for Dart for his second year? But I think Dart could be successful without Dable. I don't think he needs Dable to be successful, personally.
Yeah, agreed.
And B-Rock, thank you so much, man. Well, with that start, I'm already looking forward to next week and hanging out with y'all. PSA, the early forecast looks beautiful. That's perfect football weather. Sunny and in the 60s. Taking the shuttle to MetLife, so we will see how that works out.
Perfect.
Yeah, I've done that before, B-Rog. It's fine going there. From my experience, the one time that I did it, it was a pain in the ass leaving the stadium, but getting there, it was fine.
Yeah, but I think leaving that stadium is a pain in the ass anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, whether you drive or take the train. Good point.
Yeah, I agree. That's just crazy.
Let's see. Khalid says Dable should be the one calling the plays on third and well, you can't. You're not gonna change the play caller in from play to play. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Agreed.
By the way, I just saw the promo for World. I know that the Dodgers won game 1. Did they also win game 2?
Dodgers lost game 1, won game 2.
Oh, reverse rather. Okay.
Yep.
So it's 1-1. Okay.
1-1 going back to LA.
I think
it might not go back to Toronto. Although I had the Dodgers in 6. That was my prediction.
I think unfortunately, I'm rooting for the Blue Jays. I know you're probably not, but I'm rooting for the Blue Jays. I want the underdog to win, but I think the Dodgers are going to win.
Yeah. I don't really care, honestly, but the Blue Jays want to talk shit about the Yankees, so yeah, of course I want the Dodgers to shut them the hell up. But if the Toronto wins, they win. I don't care.
Hurts hands to Barkley off the left side, and Barkley spins out of a tackle, gets an extra 2 yards out of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
You can't tackle at all. It's hilarious.
So Barkley
such a bad tackling team, dude. It's just pathetic. I don't know what else to say.
And Donnie says, deport Bowman. Yeah. Just get him off the Giants. I think all Giants fans would be happy with that.
Yeah.
So Barkley already with 70 yards on 2 carries.
Yeah, this is a bad. The Giants are very flat in this game. Very flat.
Hurts under center. Barkley in the backfield. Gives to Saquon. That's not Saquon, rather. Pops it to the outside. Big gain there. It doesn't matter who's running the ball. That time it was Bigsby. He gets about 20.
Yeah, this is over. I mean, this Giants, they look like they're tired. This is the same shit that maybe there is a hangover. This defense is pathetic. There's just no other way to say it. It is an awful defense. There's way too much talent on this team for this defense to be this bad.
All the way up to the 20 or the 47 yard line.
It is just pathetic how bad this defense is.
And John, going to get to that 1 second here. Eagles have it from their own 47. Offset eye. Takes the snap. Hurts, fakes the handoff, drops back, throws. He's got a man open over the middle. It's Devontae Smith up to the 38. There is a flag. It might be a hold on the Eagles.
Eric A. pointed that way. We'll see.
And John says, agreed with badly this field. Well, yeah, thus far I agree with him. I mean, we gave up a touchdown on the second play and the offense went 3 and out. So thus far it does feel that way.
This defense is just so disappointing. There's Abdul Carter getting held. They actually called it. I'm surprised.
Clear hold.
That's why the guy don't have any sacks, because that shit happens. And people are like, he had a sack last week and they took it off the board. We got to get off the field, Chris. 20 yards. We gotta step up here, bro.
1st and 20. We'll see if the Giants defense can get a stop to get the ball back. Eagles have it now at the 37. Barkley comes back into the game. Hurts out of the gun. Hurts takes the snap. He's going to give it to Saquon. Look at this, man. Way too easy as he gets the majority of the penalty yardage back, and he got 8 or 9.
Defense sucks. There's no other words. 2 words. Defense sucks.
2nd and 12 as the Eagles just bullied the Giants on that play at the
Sirianni 4-0 against the Giants. I mean, every coach against the Eagle or at home beats the Giants. We haven't won here in 12 years.
And it'll be 2nd and 12 for the Birds here after an 8-yard gain by Barkley. Hurts out of the gun, man in motion. Devontae Smith from the 45. Hurts takes the snap, drops back, good pressure. It's a screen pass to Barkley. Barkley's got lead blockers. Barkley's got the first down up to the 42.
Yeah, this is going to be 40-0 at least. We're going to get destroyed in this game.
And Dable won't survive this season, might win max 5 games. I don't know who they can hire, but they better start looking now, Boomer says. Very possible. From the 42, the Eagles already in field goal range with today's kickers.
Yep.
Offset eye. Hurts takes the snap, hands up the middle, and they're actually going to lose a yard. Abdul Carter first in on the scene. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Doesn't matter. We can give up a 1st and 20. So I don't expect much of anything here.
And the best.
I just care about my fantasy team today. We're playing against a guy that's 6-1. So I mean, this is a big week for us.
We're under 8.5 to go here in the first. It'll be 2nd and 10. Thought he lost the yard, but they said he got back to the line.
Okay.
Maybe
we'll go. Maybe the defense will be the opposite today. Maybe they'll start off like shit and they'll close strong.
That'd be good. And here's Hurts. Giants come with a blitz. Good protection by the Eagles. Hurts steps up in the pocket. Hurts is going to run with it. Hurts to the 40. And he goes down at the 35. It'll bring up a 3rd and 3.
This 4-down territory for Philly.
Oh, yeah, especially with the tush. They're going to run here. If they get 2 yards, they're going to tush push it.
Yep. They might tush push it anyway.
And Christian Bado's intern says, lighting my pre-roll right now. I won't let this team ruin my day. Yeah,
they're not going to ruin my day either, man. It is what it is. Like I said, for 3 hours they get me, bro, but I don't really take this. I don't take this shit nearly as seriously as I used to. It just doesn't matter.
So 3rd and 3.
Winning games, I'll take it more seriously. You know what I mean?
Of course. 3rd and 3 here from the 35. They're out of the gun.
Again, honestly.
Hurts gets the snap. Hurts rolls out. Couple of holes they don't call. He's going to take off and run. He's going to be short.
Chris, why did they even get the playoff? That was an obvious delay of game. Well, they can't tush push it from here. Maybe 4th and 3, they might take the field goal.
I think they're going to. It'd be a 52-yarder. I think they're going to take the points. No, they're lining up that. They might go for this here.
Well, they might try to draw them off sides as well. That is possible.
So it'll be 4th and 3. The Eagles stay on the field. Like you said, the tush push is out. Hurts can still use his legs.
They might try to draw him off.
Down to 4 on the play clock. 2, 1, and the Giants jump offside. Dexter Lawrence. We'll see if he.
I don't understand. Like, you know, that's what they're going to do.
We'll see if they say the Eagles made him jump.
There's no way they're giving. There's no way they're going to.
56 moved. 56 moved.
Oh yeah, he did.
That's a false start.
Now they can't go for it.
No, they got a punt now.
All right, take that back. Good job there, Dex. Good job by Dex. So the guy moved, jumped into the backfield. 4th and 9. Then they got to kick a field goal, and it's going to be a long field goal.
Are they going to attempt a field goal? It's almost 60. Yeah, they are. It's going to be close to 60 yards.
I mean, Chris, it's against the Giants. We know how.
You're right.
How come we don't ever block a field goal?
Jake Elliott's long for the year is 58 yards, so he's trying to match.
But he wasn't kicking against the Giants, so
this is true.
58 yards here. I mean, if he misses, we got the ball in great field position.
Midfield.
Yep, pretty much.
Snap, hold, kick. That's no good. Off the left post, and the Giants catch a break.
Wow, I can't believe he missed.
Let's go.
Thibodeau talking some crap.
Maybe that gives us a little momentum here, Bad Dog.
Maybe.
6:10 to go here in the first. Blue Collar says Dex got to play better. Backup center playing. Yeah, I'm waiting for Dex to have that breakout game. We haven't seen it yet this year, Blue Collar, but hopefully it comes today. He did draw the full start there, which was good.
Yeah. All right, P number 2. Be back.
P number 2. Natron says, guys, I think it's me. I'm the jinx. Whenever I start watching the games, we lose. You got to stop watching the games. I love you, but you got to stop watching the games. You got to do what's right for the team, my man. I don't think it's you. Boomer Sooner says, how do you respond the rest of the season after the loss last week? Like this, hopefully losing a ton doesn't destroy Dart already. Yeah, I think today's game is going to show a lot about the resolve of this team, and it's still early. We'll see how they bounce back. Not the best of starts, but coming off a loss the way in which they did, if the team completely lays an egg today, not a good sign for the coach. If they show some fight and resolve, good sign for the coach. So we'll see how they fight today. Let's see. Play a position says I got $1,000 for 6 Ps today.
You're gonna have that. I said over under 7. I mean, I knew you drink a freaking pot of coffee. You're gonna. Not to mention no carbs in my body, man. Remember, for every gram of carbohydrates, you eat hold 3 grams of water. So when you're not eating carbohydrates, your body is not going to hold on to the water.
I don't know if it's my internet connection or your microphone, but it's coming in really glitchy. So yeah, so they're saying fix the audio, so it's on your end. There's something with the microphone. We'll see if Bad Dog could fix that. V-Man says, thought I'd turn into your game as a Jets fan. Lousy game. Dude, what a horrible game that is. Jets, Broncos today, that's about as bad as it gets. But maybe you guys get your first win. Yeah, okay. Do you have maybe a computer mic or whatever? Maybe it'll work now. Try it again.
Is that my mic on here?
Yeah, it sounds so far it sounds good. It was breaking up there, but now
it's weird. It just happens. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. So
okay.
I don't know what happened there.
But we're good now. We're good.
But my phone will also connect to the computer for whatever reason, and it could have just all of a sudden been through my phone, and that's why it did that. Can Jalen Waddle score a touchdown here? Come on, man.
Maybe you left a little bit. Maybe you peed a little bit on the court on the way back.
I might have. I mean, shit, why not?
Formula Red Man, thank you very much. He says, don't really know what more proof they need that Bowen's defensive scheme is trash. On another note, we should definitely have traded for Thomas.
Brian Thomas.
Oh, Brian Thomas. Has it been
yeah, there's all kinds of rumors about
Brian. Really? I haven't been keeping
What is Sirianni arguing here? The false start asshole. He moved.
Yeah, he clearly moved.
What are we discussing here?
Why would they want to trade Brian Thomas?
I don't understand what he's arguing about. Chris, we got to score here. We got a break. Let's capitalize on it.
Dart takes the snap. Dart steps up under pressure, bounces off a tackle, and he almost gets back to the line. Could have been a worse loss. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Nobody's getting open at all. And I think we're passing way too much here. I think they got to try to run the ball, man.
Yeah.
Passing way too much.
Jimmy says, Bad Dog leaves to do a line. Piss lies, Jimmy says. Oh, he's talking. No, I don't think Bad Dog did.
I wish I could afford that. But nah, man, I don't do drugs. No drugs here, buddy.
2nd and 11. Theo Johnson in motion. Scadaboo to his left. Bellinger now in motion. Dart will take the snap, and they will go to the run. Scadaboo up the middle. He's able to truck forward for about 3, maybe 4. It'll bring up 3rd and 7.
See, I feel like if we were 2nd and 6, we'd have a much better. I feel like we'd have a much better chance.
So now you figure, I mean, obviously you want to get the first, but 5 or 6 yards, they probably go for it. So we'll see what they draw up.
We can't squander this shit, man. We can't squander this.
It's really third. It says 3rd and 7, but it's really 3rd and 8. Trips to the right.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 8. Gotta get to Eagle 42.
Dart out of the gun. 3 on the play clock. Dart takes the snap, drops back, under pressure, buys time. He's going to run with it. Dart cuts it to the outside, and he slides down. It's going to depend on where they say he started the slide. They're going to give him the spot. 1st down, Giants.
Yeah, Theo on the outside. A great block by Theo. I think that was Theo. Just obviously seal the outside there for Dart. That's a big first down for the Giants.
Yeah, it was Theo. They might review that. It was close, but I don't think Eagles are going to challenge it.
I don't know if you could challenge it. I mean, do you really want to challenge it? If you lose,
No, you're right. It's a
you
fourth.
have to challenge. If not, they're going to just push them forward. We got to score.
Dart under center from the 42. Dart takes the snap, gives to Scadaboo. Scadaboo spins out of a tackle and he gets another 3 yards out of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I just don't go down, bro. He fights for every single yard. I love this fucking guy. I love Scadaboo, man. It's my guy.
So a big extra 3 yards he got there. Instead of 2nd and 8, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Dart out of the gun from the 38. Eagles show blitz. Eagles come to the blitz. Dart drops back. There's Slayton. Slayton spins out of a tackle to the 20, all the way down to the 18 as Darius Slayton is back and grooving. Giants now in the red zone.
Hey, he caught the football. Hey.
Big game. 20 yards.
There you go.
Got to get it in the end zone. Giants red zone offense has been great the last 3 weeks. We'll see if they can continue it. Out of the gun. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Eagles show blitz. Eagles come with it. Dart drops back. Throws. He's got a man. It's Scadaboo. And he's going to walk in for 6. Stand up. New York Giants fans. Scadaboo goes for his 7th touchdown on the year, his 2nd receiving, and the Giants within an extra point of tying up this game.
Yep. Let's go. Let's go. What a job by the offensive line. Defender fell down. Scadaboo walks into the end zone. Here comes the boom. Here comes the boom. Let's go.
And Demons Rose says, does it not piss you off when Hurts gets free and they push him, nail him? What the blank? Yeah. Snap, hold, kick is good. I'm with you, man. I hate seeing I just hate seeing any quarterback, Hurts or anyone else, when they push them up the field to get the extra 3 or 4 yards. I think they need to do away with that.
Maybe I should just, I'm thinking the game's going to be over. Maybe I got to realize, because I say it all the time, this isn't the same old Giants. But I guess I'm just so trained to think they go down early, they're going to get killed. I got to realize it's not the same team. I have to realize this team actually fights back. I gotta retrain my brain. Like, I can say it, but then when we get into these situations, I'm always like, here we go again. I gotta realize this is totally different.
And Boomer Sooner says, what's the Giant problem? Culture, coach, players.
Coach.
Yeah, I mean, this year I would argue coach is probably the biggest problem right now.
I love Scadaboo. I said that. I love the guy. I said that. Have I mentioned that?
And Larry, man, thank you for the memberships, man. Appreciate it, buddy. I think he does that every time.
Right. Touchdown. Johnny's right. Yay! An extra point. Hey, Gano didn't get hurt in warm-ups. Yay!
And Donnie says, okay, yay, an extra point, yeah. And Hammer says, 1 more to go for the scat. Man, that's right. You needed 2. That's right. Hopefully you hit your bet.
All right, defense, make a play. Let's go.
Defense
doesn't stop shit. We got lucky that they got a full start. We got lucky they missed a field goal. And the defense has to get their shit together. Because I can see them. Obviously, Chris, this is what ticks me off about the way the Giants play defense in that first series. There's no A.J. Brown, right? He's not playing. So know the Eagles are going to lean heavily on Saquon today. Why wouldn't you put an extra guy in the box and make Jalen Hurts beat you with the receivers out there? Why do you let Barkley go on a 65-yard touchdown? What the hell are we doing? You make Hurts beat you without A.J. Brown. If he does, you tip your cap. But you can't be giving Barkley these gigantic holes because you have 4 guys on the line of scrimmage.
No, I agree with that. We got to get much better against the run. They've been bullying us at the point of attack. If they got to stack the box, they stack the box. B-Rog says, did they change the holding rules? I saw this on both sides. The O-lineman brings the D-lineman to the 2. I didn't want to say anything, B-Rock, because I'm a Giants fan. But yeah,
I saw that too.
Yeah, I think it was I don't think it was a touchdown throw, but it might have been the play before that. There was a clear hold where the Giants brought one of the guys down on the interior. Yeah. Christian Bad Dog's intern says, I love Scat and Dart more than my damn girl.
I
Relax,
understand.
relax.
I understand. They're something. They're fun to watch.
Let's update the score. 7 apiece. As Gillen set to kick it away, his first kickoff was not good. Hopefully, this time he keeps it short of the end zone.
They started with the football too, so that's a good thing for us.
Kicks away, and it's right where you want it to be, right around the 5. Eagles will take it out there to the 20, to the 25, 30, and oh my God. Special teams, we've said it week in and week out for the Giants, has been a strong point of this team, but not today.
Been bad today.
He brings that all the way out to the 48.
Yeah, not today. Not today.
Take a look at the play design here by the Giants on this touchdown pass.
Oh, they just beat the blitzer, and again the defender fell
Oh, it
down.
was. Yeah, it was the touchdown pass. The guard clearly held the Eagles player, but we got away with it.
Yeah, I mean, but like B-Rock said, it happens on both sides. I mean,
yeah.
Russ over there, one of the first to congratulate him.
Here's Hurts, offset eye, Barkley in the backfield. Giants crowd the line. We'll see if they can stop the run.
They should.
They're going to go with it. Barkley up the middle. Still able to get 4 up to the 49 of the Giants.
Yeah, the Eagle line is pushing us back. This didn't happen in the first game where the Giants' defensive line seemed to have the advantage.
I think you're going to see Hurts take a shot here.
Yeah, why not?
This is shot territory. You're right around midfield. The Giants now are having to crowd the line to stop Barkley. I think they're going to take a shot to Smith here.
But again, I think you have to make Hurts beat you without A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You can't let them just run all over you all day. Defensive line has to get it going here. We're not in Denver anymore.
Shotgun formation for Hurts. Man in motion, takes the snap. They're going to pitch it forward on the end around. And please, no flag. He did tackle him up high. No flag. It'll be 3rd and 3.
He didn't get his face mask. He got him around the shoulders. And again, they're kind of in that no man's land where this may be, fourth down territory. Now, they get 2 yards, obviously. You're probably going to run here. And then if you get 2 yards, you tush push it. But if you're the Giants, if it's 4th and 4, they might have to punt. You're kind of stuck in the middle. So let's just see what happens. Let's get him sacked. That'd be sweet.
Man in motion is Devontae Smith. Minute 25 to go here in the first. From the 47 of the Giants, it'll be a 3rd and 4.
Show blitz.
Giants show blitz. They only bring 4. Hurts has a lot of time. He'll check it down as the Giants had good coverage, and Barkley's got nowhere to go. And
there you go.
He might have lost a yard.
I think they got to punt, Chris. I don't think you can go for it.
I think you have to.
They're going to stay out there. I mean, listen, come on, defense. Come on, man. We'll get great field position. We shut them down here.
I think this is a spot. I actually don't think the Eagles are going to snap this. I think this is a spot.
They're going to try to draw them off again. They came close the first time.
Well, you know what? It's only I thought it was more like 4th and 4.5, 4th and 5. They may go for this.
I think they're just going to try and draw them off, but you make a play, man.
Yep. It appears that's what they're going to do. Oh, they snap it. Hurts drops back. Giants bring 4. Hurts has got it. He's going to use the legs. He slides down at the 41. Damn it.
You got to be aware of that if you're the Giants defense. And they're just not aware. There's nobody in the middle of the field. It's just too easy, man.
They'll let this
it's too easy. So it's a big conversion for Philadelphia.
And an offsides on the Giants.
Boy, we are so many penalties, man. Well, they're discussing this again. Very windy there in Philadelphia, too. If it's that windy, you might not be able to throw the ball. This will be the end of the first quarter. Hurts is saying it's on the Giants.
Oh, it's on the Eagles, I think.
It is.
So it's a full start on the Eagles. Second time that happened to the Eagles.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. They threw the flag and then they discussed. And wow, is that Lane Johnson? Did they actually call a full start?
Dickerson.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Lane Johnson can do it. Dickerson can't.
So that's the end of the first quarter. Tie game and kind of where you want to be. We're sticking tough. John, thank you so much. He says, I know we would like to get another weapon for Dart, but offense has no issues with scoring. Need to go find another safety and DB. Banks, Newbin ain't it. I think they need that too. I think they need that too. They definitely need to improve the secondary.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh my God.
Gotta get off the field. Gotta get off the field here.
That's 3 now for Bad Dog if you're counting. So, I thought you were getting up to go to the
No,
bathroom.
we gotta get off the field.
Oh, okay. So it'll be first and 15 as when we come back. Let me change the quarter.
Gotta get off the field.
Let's see. Let's change the quarter.
People like to say Scatterby was going to get CTE. If you could just walk into the end zone with no contact, that saves it. I told you, CTE gets Scatterby. It's not the other way around.
I like. I mean, the Giants defense hasn't looked good, but I kind of like where we are right now. I feel like on the road, Eagles they hit us with a knockout punch to start.
I was going to say they withstood that body blow early on.
Coming off the game that they did last week, and then the Giants answer back. I kind of like where we are right now. I think we're right in this thing.
I'll tell you this, Chris. You mentioned the red zone offense, and there's another red zone touchdown. It's just this. For once, you look at the Giants offense, and this offense can put up points. I mean, it's something we haven't seen in years consistently from the Giants. So the fact that they can score and score often, we put up 66 points the last 2 games. The defense has to do a better job. Going into the year, pretty sure we all thought the Giants defense was going to keep us in the games. And if the offense did just enough, we could win games. It's been the complete opposite.
Yeah.
The offense is the one winning these games for us, or should be winning these games. We lost, and we scored 32 against Denver. We lost. We scored 37 against Dallas. We lost. Or was it 34? Whatever the hell it was. Russell Wilson threw over 450 yards. We lost. With this defensive line, you would never think of a quarterback put up 5 touchdowns, you're going to lose a game.
Defense has been outside of the Eagle game where they were great in the final 3 quarters. The defense has been a major letdown for the Giants this year.
The Eagles dominated that first quarter, so the fact that we're tied is a good thing for us.
So start of the second quarter, Eagles have it at first at 15 after the penalty.
There's Shane Bone. I don't even want to see him, Chris. Makes my stomach turn. I don't even want to look at him. Turn my back on him. Let me know when he's off the screen.
Need to stop here, Bad Dog. Need to stop. He's off the screen.
Turn my back on him. I don't want to see that guy.
And Ronald going to get to that 1 second, my man. First and 15 from the Giants 46. Hurts under center, offset eye. He's going to fake it to Barkley, drops back, throws over the middle. He's got a man wide open. It's Devontae Smith, still running all the way down to the Giants 20. This is going to be a shootout.
It's going to have to be because our defense is so bad. I just don't understand how they stick with Shane Bowen, man. I have a hard time understanding.
Ronald says, I agree with most of Shane's trade free agency moves. The McKinney situation, not so much. Trading guys for DPs has been solid. Draft picks has been solid. McKinney is the worst. Yeah, I agree. In hindsight, they definitely should have kept McKinney. I know he didn't want to pay too much for a safety, but he was a really good talent. I agree.
I also think the ATV accident thing, and I think him not getting along with Wink, I kind of think that was already severed. You know what I mean? I think he severed ties with the organization.
Hurts drops back, throws, and he misses him by about 3 yards. He had him. It'll be second and 10.
That was not a good throw by Hurts. We got a break there.
Hurts was looking for Devontae Smith in the center of the end zone, but he threw it behind him and too deep.
Yep.
Burns getting taped up on the sideline.
That's not good. We need that guy out there. Of course, he had got dinged last week.
And Greg Money says Scat has CTE already. That's a secret.
Maybe it is.
From the 20, man in motion for the shitbirds as they're in the red zone. Hurts takes the snap. He's going to hand to Barkley. Barkley nowhere to go. He gets eaten alive. I think
Nacho?
I don't think it was Nacho.
Nacho and Roy Robertson, right? They're both in there.
Yeah, I think Robertson ate him up first. So it'll be 3rd and 9.
Huge play here, Chris.
Huge
play. Brian Burns back out there. Defensive player of the year so far through the first third of the season, in my opinion.
Come on. Make a play, guys. Let's go. Hurts out of the gun. Empty backfield. 3 to the left. Barkley in motion. Takes the snap. Drops back. Giants bring 4. Has too much time. Hurts rolling out. Still looking. Now he's going to run with it. And it's going to be close. Depends on the spot. As Brian Burns leveled him right in the stick.
Smoked.
And there's a
flag.
flag.
It ain't gonna matter. It'll be a flag. So it's gonna be 14.
He was in bounds. That should not be on Burns.
They're gonna call it anyway, and it wouldn't matter. They're just gonna tush push him anyway.
I thought he was in bounds when he hit him.
He was, but Hurts is a Super Bowl champion. They're gonna give him that call, and it don't matter. They'd have the first down anyway.
Yeah, he got the first. That last foot's still in bounds when he hit him. I know he's headed out of bounds, but
yeah. Oh, Derrick Henry just got me a touchdown. That helps. Well, this is, if you're the Giants, this is where you got to stop Saquon, but this is where they really like Dallas Goedert. They're just not gonna. It don't matter.
Oh, they must have picked up the flag because it's 4th and 1.
The tush push incoming.
Oh, they're definitely gonna tush it. They're lining up for the tush push. Don't jump off sides. Make them earn it.
Hurts just moved. Isn't that a freaking penalty? Dude, the lineman just moved again.
He ripped it out of his hands. He wasn't down bad.
The fumble, dude. No, fuck you. No way. No way. Bullshit. I guess they just decide to call a play dead whenever they want to.
If they're going to allow Hurts to be pushed after the initial...
That's what I'm saying. No way. There's no way. If you're allowing that play to continue until he gets stopped, bullshit.
No, he's not down bad.
That's a fumble.
That's a fumble. That's a fumble.
That's a fumble. Thibodeau ripped that shit away, but that's Giants football.
That's a fumble.
There's no way that's not a fumble.
He's not down. He's not down. If you're going to allow him to get the second push after everything's initially stopped, that's a fumble.
Correct. He's not forward. He's reaching the ball out. His forward progress is not stopped. Bullshit. I hate this. They got to ban this shit. They don't know how to officiate it.
Kayvon Thibodeau ripped it. They're going to review this.
Dude, he's losing the ball as he reaches forward. That's a fumble.
He's not down.
No way. Dude, he don't have the first down. He reaches out and he's not stopped. What are we talking about here? If he's reaching the ball out to get the first down, dude, he's losing it as he reaches forward.
Yeah, no, that's
he didn't even have control of that shit.
That should be a fumble.
That is a fumble, dude. He didn't have control of it the whole time he reached forward. That is bullshit. That is a fumble all day.
It's not like it's at the goal line where you break the plane and you fumble.
Right.
No, this is in the field of play. If that's a running back, that's a fumble. Why shouldn't this?
Dude, that's a fumble.
He's still good being pushed forward. Like if
he loses the ball, dude. When do we blow the play dead? Oh, he got the first down. We blow it dead. Bullshit.
That's bullshit. That should have been a fumble.
That is fucking horrible official. I don't blame Dable for being pissed off. That's fucking garbage. That is absolute garbage. Garbage. Dude, he's reaching the ball. When he's reaching the ball, he has lost the football. Awful. Terrible. Because if this guy is stopped, Chris, they don't blow the whistle dead until he gets the first down. Now that he's reaching forward and he loses the ball, they blow it dead. Fuck you. I'm done with the NFL. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done. I can't watch this shit anymore. I can't watch it anymore.
That should have been a fumble.
That is a fumble.
Dable just challenged it.
Good.
I don't even care.
I don't give a shit they say it. I don't even care. I don't even care.
I don't even care if he loses the timeout. This should be a fumble.
That is terrible. When are you blowing the play dead? Because he never has control of the ball as he's reaching forward. He's losing it the whole time. No way. Get rid of this fucking play. If you can't officiate it, done. Done with it.
He's still being pushed forward when the ball comes out.
Correct. So, when the hell did they blow the play dead?
Inside the Game says, where is Dexter Lawrence playing Pat? Yeah. Hopefully he shows up, but he hasn't been the Dex that we all know and love throughout the majority of the first half of the year. Bernardo says Giants treat Jalen like the Browns treat Shador. Oh, you talking about Hyatt? They didn't even put him on the roster today. He was a healthy scratch, I think. Boomer Sooner says, did you see the Renan article about Dable's training camp? He called it country club style, very easy, probably contributes to the bad player development. I did not see that, Boomer Sooner. I did not see that. I will take a look at it, though, after the game.
This is such a huge call, man.
Chris Bad Dog's intern says, even broadcast says it's a fumble. Good. I'm glad that they...
It's a fumble.
At the end of the day, Bad Dog, it's either one of two things. It's either
he didn't get the first down, or we got the fumble. Either way, Chris, the fumble.
Exactly, because you blew it dead because his forward progress was stopped, or you allowed the guy to push him from behind to continue the forward progress, which means that's a live ball.
And he's reaching the ball
out. It's one of two things.
Like you said, Chris, this isn't you break the plane and it's a touchdown. It's not the way this works.
Stuck at reffing it. That's a fact.
I agree. I could not agree more. I don't care about the play in general. That if you can't stop it, you can't stop it. But they can't officiate it properly. They can't.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. He literally is reaching. As soon as he starts to reach, he is losing. He never has control of that football. And Thibodeau ripped it out of there. Yeah. That is a fumble all day. And like Chris said, if they blow it dead, he didn't reach the line.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of two things. If you allow that play to continue after the initial hit, which I think they should have because he was getting the push from behind, then that's a live ball, and Kayvon ripped that out of his hand.
Absolutely.
And knowing the Eagles and knowing the Giants, they're not going to win this challenge, but that was a fumble.
That is a fumble all day.
And
they didn't.
Of course, Giants lose a timeout.
So terrible. Awful. Whatever.
That's bullshit.
I'm just so done with this shit. I'm done with it, man. I hate the fucking NFL. I'm done. College football is such a better product. Can't do it anymore.
Hurts hands to Barkley. Barkley up the middle, gets a half a yard. So not only do they allow the offensive lineman on that play to constantly have false starts, now they're allowing their quarterback, if he fumbles the ball, to say that it was ruled dead by forward progress.
Right. And it's only dead by forward progress when he gets the first down. It's such bullshit. I can't believe that, man.
So now the Eagles have it from the 9 after Barkley gets stood up on the first play.
Unbelievable that they did not call that.
Hurts takes the snap out of the gun. Pressure from Kayvon. Barkley's open in the flat, and the Eagles score a touchdown they shouldn't have. 13-7 extra point pending.
Joke. Absolute joke.
And Billy says, you choo-choos are more entertaining than the game. Well, yeah, Bad Dog, rightfully so, got pissed off after that play. It was clearly a fumble. Gemini says, I'm beyond pissed with the trash tush-push bullshit, and Hurts definitely fumbled the ball. Brady even said it's a fumble, and he's frustrated by this. It's a clear fumble.
Absolutely.
If you allow them continue to push it from behind, you say that's a live ball, then he fumbled the ball.
Yep.
Snap, good, 14-7.
It's crap. Crap. It's just crap, dude. That's so bad.
And Super Anthony says, if you're going to allow the tush push, then teams should have to accept the risks of the play. Otherwise, it's an awful football play. They need to get rid of that next year. They need to get rid of that next year.
They don't officiate it properly at all.
Yeah.
I'm so sick and tired of that crap.
Donnie says at this point, it's
absolute
really
joke. It is.
Yeah, it is cheating. B-Rock says, I love the challenge on principle there. I'm not mad at Dable at all. He should have challenged.
B-Rock, we should have won the challenge. As soon as he reaches forward, he is losing the football.
Yeah. I'm not even slightly mad at Dable for that.
It's just such bullshit, dude. It's so bad. It's just so... The NFL is a joke. It is just a joke. The officiating in this league, they have no clue what any of the rules are. I hate that play. When is it dead? How come they don't call a false start? They let him, dude. He only stood up in the line of scrimmage for 3 seconds, and they won't blow that play dead until he gets the line to gain. This time, he's reaching forward. He's losing the football the entire time. Thibodeau rips it out. Nope, we're going to give him the first down.
It's a joke.
It's terrible.
It's a joke. And DM, thank you very much, man.
I can't do it with it's just such a joke. And that is
that play should be
bad, dude.
That play should have been banned 2 or 3 years ago. They talk the NFL. First off, it's a bullshit play, but they talk about they want to limit concussions. Well, get rid of that play then. Like I mean, you literally have linemen hitting other linemen. Get rid of the play. And there's constant penalties that they don't call on it on the Eagles every freaking game.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Get rid of the play.
Yep. Yep.
And B-Rock says, let's win the game in spite of that shitty call. Let's do it.
Yep.
Captain says it was 100%. Of course it was a fumble.
Yep, that was a fumble.
And Johnny says the whistle was blown after Banks takes the ball. It was a fumble. But you could talk about the whistles, whatever you want. If they allowed him to be pushed from behind to continue his forward progress, well, then that's what allowed him to get the first down. But that's also a live ball. That was a fumble. AJ says they always let the shitty play run as long as possible. That is the worst call I've ever seen. They should be. Yeah, it was horrible. Giants are going to field this from the 1. They'll take it out to the 20, up to the 30, 31. And Billy says, and Baylor is right about the call and the NFL. Yeah, he's right. Robert says, just like the NBA, what grade is the challenge?
I just don't understand.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I don't understand when the play's dead. I'll just never understand when the play's dead. It's such a monumental call, dude.
Dart's going to pitch it to Tracy, who gets his first carry of the game. He gets stood up at the line by Dean. Got a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I don't understand, man.
Giants got to find a way to bounce back on offense.
I don't get it, Chris. I don't understand when is that play dead, dude? Is it just dead as soon as he gets the first down, they blow it dead? Like how come whenever he stopped at the line of scrimmage, they allow him to go another 2 or 3 seconds until he gets it? This time he's reaching forward and they rip the ball away and come on, man.
And he wasn't down.
He wasn't down ever.
Dart takes the snap, drops back, rolls out to the right, trying to buy time with his legs, fends off a tackler. Now he's going to cut it to the other side, throws on the run. What a play by Jackson Dart. They get about 5 or 6 out of it, but my God, dude, this guy can improvise, bad dog.
It's crazy how good he is in the pocket, honestly. He doesn't go down easily. He's got eyes in the back of his head. Now they're showing time to throw. That's fine, but that's because he makes the defender miss right there, and he's able to get free, and he's able to get a couple yards out of it.
So now it'll be 3rd and 2, as Dart was able to get 7 yards out of that. Tracy remains in the game.
Got to convert. I got to pee again.
Dart takes the snap. He hits Tracy as the Giants do convert all the way up to the 47-yard line. First down for the Giants. All right.
I hate that play, dude. I hate that tush push.
I think we all do.
And again, it's not because I don't think it's like a lot of people don't like it because they say it's not an NFL. I don't even care about that. It's just the NFL officials. There's no rules. They just decide it's over when it's over. There's not like anything. There's no rules about it.
Shotgun formation here for Dart. He's going to give it to Tracy. Tracy off right guard. Gets 2, maybe 3. I don't think it's an NFL play. I think it's a rugby play.
Either way, I'm not even saying because of that. And a lot of people argue that, and I understand why. But like I said, dude, there's no consistent officiating when it comes to that play. There's like no rules. And if it's at the official's discretion, it needs to be scrapped.
Yeah. 9 minutes to go here. 14 on the play clock for the Giants as they have it at midfield after a 3-yard gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and 7. Dart will take the snap. He gives, and Tracy still fighting. It's going to be about a yard short. You got to keep running. There's a flag, late flag on the play.
I wonder what the flag, somebody goes down in the pile. Well, these two teams don't like each other. Theo Johnson ready to get in somebody's face.
That flag came in very late, and it's from the backfield. It looked like.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Maybe a face mask? Hands to the face?
Perhaps. Officials about a hard time in this one so far.
Block in the back. It's on the Giants.
How do you get that at the end of a play?
Right there. I mean, he barely touched him. He was going in for the tackle.
Dude, what is that call?
He was going in for the tackle. I don't know, man.
The officiating, they have had a difficult time in this one today.
Oh,
they have had a difficult time, to say the least, in this one today.
8:38 to go here in the second. He's going to motion Scadaboo to his left from the Giants 47 after the flag. It'll be 2nd and 11. Eagles show blitz. Oh, another penalty.
Yep. Or they now get a playoff again, Chris. Another delay. How many delay of games are we going to have?
I understand that's part of the growing process for a rookie quarterback, but they've had a lot of those the last couple of weeks. A lot. And Lucian, thank you very much for the $2 donation. Intern, he says, when is the play dead? When Philly succeeds? Yeah, and then as soon as they succeed, it's dead. Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Here's Dart out of the gun from the 42. Takes the snap, drops back. Eagles get good interior pressure, and that's batted up incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 16. And now Scadaboo. Oh, my God. Oh, Scadaboo's out for the year. Oh, that was horrible. Oh.
Yep, he's done.
Oh. Scadaboo's out for the year.
Yep.
His foot is completely twisted the other way. That was ugly. Oh, that hurt to see that.
Oh, my God.
That's not an ankle sprain. Oh.
No. Nothing, just nothing. Nothing goes right for this team.
Boomer says, imagine if we had a coach or a weapon. Or both. Now we're out without Scadaboo, who's arguably been our best weapon. Pigskin Pete, thank you very much, man. All the people saying it's fixed. Why do you keep watching and you're worse than women? I don't think it's fixed. I just think the officiating in the NFL is horrible.
Yep, same.
Lucian says,
I gotta go.
All right, bad. Do what you gotta do. Lucian says, face it, the Gambino family has money on them. That was horrible, that injury. Donnie says, I think the play, they might have money on him, though. I think the play is fine, but if the officials don't know how to officiate it, it needs to be banned. Ernie says, at this point, Hurts only way NFL bans the push. Oh, injure Hurts. I think they're going to ban it next year. They put it up for league vote a couple of times, and I think it was almost banned last year or the year before, and there's been more and more complaints about it. I think they're going to ban it after this year, but we'll see. Thomas says, yeah, it's clear the NFL is making sure the Eagles win this game. They can't even have them lose to the Giants again. Oh, man. Bernardo says, bro rocks 44, true Giant. Yeah, that was horrible.
I am absolutely heartbroken, man.
That was bad. And Boomer says, Shane needs to go get a weapon. Literally everything depends on it. His job, Dart's development, everything.
I don't even care anymore, dude.
If there's one available, I would love Jalen Waddle. I just don't know if he's available.
I don't even care anymore. We can't have good things here.
Yeah, they already got the cast on as he's being wheeled off on the cart. So
that's a compound fracture.
Unfortunately, we're not going to see him till next year.
Yep. Don't even get to watch him next week.
Toasty says hip drop, tackle, break, Scat's ankle, no flag.
Yep.
God, he's a tough son of a bitch. He's not even screaming. Like if that was me, I think
he grabbed his head at first, and I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" And then I saw his foot.
If that was me, I think I'd be passed out. .807 to go here in the second. 3rd and 16 for the Giants. We'll see how they respond. Dart drops back, heaves it deep. Oh, nearly caught by Slayton. It was a tough play. I'm not going to say he dropped that.
No, it's tough.
Yeah. So Giants will have to punt. 8:01 to go here in the second.
I don't even give a shit about the game. I don't even care. I really don't even care. I don't care.
Back says, I think I'm depressed right now. You don't like seeing that. He was the guy that outside of Dart, he was the guy everybody was most excited to watch. Giants get it doesn't really matter because it was 4th and 16, but they'll get 5 extra yards. They might want to decline this, honestly. With his leg, he's not good at pinning them deep to begin with. You might be better off trying to pin them deep from where they are. Giants will move it up 5 yards, and they'll punt it from the 47. Punts away by Gillen. And Eagles will have it around the 13, 14-yard line as it goes out of bounds. Pray for Scat. That's a nasty one. Yeah, he'll be out for the year. Christian says, this is insane, guys. Yeah. We draft Caleb Downs for the upcoming draft. I can't even think about the draft right. I don't know what we're doing yet in the draft. I got to see the rest of the year and see what they do in the offseason leading up into the draft. But it's certainly a possibility. Release Jalen Hyatt. Might as well. He couldn't even make the roster today with Neighbors hurt. Boomer Sooner says, hopefully it's just a break, no ligament damage. Yeah. Hopefully that's all it is. What was the injury he had in training camp, Bad Dog? I forget. But
it was a hamstring, I think.
Oh, that's right. It was a hamstring. That's right. Farrow says the refs are betting money on this game for the Eagles to win. I don't know, but I know that was a horrible non-call. I'll tell you that. Keith says, I want to cry so bad. I'm so tired of this man all the time.
I'm with you, man. I literally just want to cry.
Yeah. Eric says no. Yeah. Big F says, injury like that could be a career ender for a running back. I mean, I certainly hope not. But I don't know if it'll be a career ender, but he might not be the same player. Obviously, running backs rely on their legs. I think he'll be back to himself, but won't be till next year.
Yeah.
Anthony says, Scat is so awesome. Even Eagles fans showed class. He's one of the most popular players in the NFL.
He is.
You know,
I actually think I mean, seriously, if you're a football fan, no matter who you root for, you love that guy. He's a football player.
Yeah.
You know, so Eagle fans obviously are going to say we're going to kick his ass and all stuff, but I don't think they. And there's obviously a couple of fucking idiots because every fan base has them that'll cheer that because they're complete scumbags and losers. But I think 90% of that fan base probably feels shitty that happened to them. Yeah, because they're just football fans, you know.
That was like remember the Dak injury when he played us? Same thing.
Yep.
Bodo says, I'm so sorry, Scattaboo. A great story. Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't. I don't even care.
Boomer Sooner says Slayton has bricks for hands, total loser. I don't disagree with that, but I don't. That play, I'm not going to blame him. He only had one hand on that play. That was a tough play, but he does have bricks for hands. Eagles are going to break the huddle. 7:54 to go here in the second. They lead 14-7. Giants defense has to find a way to get a stop here to keep them in this football game. Hurts out of the gun. Giants with a 7-man front. 2 on the play clock. Hurts takes the snap. Giants come with 4. Batted up at the line of scrimmage. Good play there by DJ Davidson.
They did that a lot last week against Bo Nix. They were able to, get their hands out and knock down a lot of passes at the line of scrimmage, which was why I was surprised they only rushed 3 at the end of the game. So,
2nd and 10 as it falls incomplete. Davidson with a good contribution there on first down.
Yeah, good job. I mean, if you don't get to the quarterback, get your hands up. That's what you want to do. And the big paw of DJ got up there, 2nd down and 10.
Halfway through the second quarter, Eagles backed up at their own 13 here. 2nd and 10. Offset eye. Barkley in the backfield. Hurts under center. Giants crowd the line. They show blitz. He gives to Barkley. Barkley's got a hole, but DJ Davidson again with another good play as he's able to wrap him up for a gain of 3.
Great play by Davidson.
He kind of hit Barkley there. I didn't like seeing that. You don't want to get flagged, but no flag. 3rd and 7.
But another great play by Davidson there, just wrapping him up, not allowing him to go any farther than that. So, been a good drive for him so far. Giants have got to get off the field here on 3rd down.
Big play here. Yeah, I agree. You got to get off the field in this play.
How about Miami up on Atlanta 10-3?
I wouldn't have saw that coming. What's the Colts?
I mean, it's early, but crazy.
Are the Colts winning? I'm assuming.
They play 4.
Oh, okay. 7 minutes to go here in the second. 1 on the play clock. Hurts just gets it off. Giants come with a blitz. Carter almost got his sack, but instead the Giants will clean him up. It's a gang tackle in the backfield, and the Eagles will have to.
Darius Alexander was in on that one, Chris. I believe. Well, maybe not. Abdul Carter was in on that, so maybe he gets half a sack. Maybe he gets a sack.
He was the first one there, but I don't think he was the one that brought him down. We'll see.
Let's take a look at this again. I mean, Burns lined up inside this time. And it's just a good. Dex got a good push.
Burns might get a half sack.
Maybe. Oh, it was Darius Alexander at the bottom of the pile. I think that got some of that. Giants should get good field position here.
Eagles will have to punt from their own 10, 4th and 13. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Punts away.
We need a good return, man.
Call for a fair catch. They'll have it at the 34. Giants are cursed. Yeah. Feels that way. Can't blame the Giants turf today for the injury. This is on the road.
That hurts, man.
Matt Silva says, when has Slayton ever grabbed the 50-50 ball? Not often, that's for sure. That was a tough play, though. I'm going to be fair to Slayton on that one. Al says, I dislocated my ankle twice, same as Scat. Good news is it's not ligament or high ankle. Should be back to normal in 6 to 8 months. Yeah, I think it's not like it's an ACL tear, or well, we don't know yet, but I don't think it is. We'll wait for the report, but I think he'll be good to go next year, but he's definitely out for the remainder of this year.
Yep.
And good to see you, Al. Thanks for being here, man.
Yep.
And Boomer Sooner says he's a wide receiver and it hit his hand, needs to be caught.
Yep.
Yep. Neighbors probably makes the catch. He's not Neighbors. Christian says, so tired of the rest, bro. If KT gets that strip and the call stands, this injury never happens. Refs have to stop throwing those makeup flags. Chris B says, as a Cowboy fan, it looks like Dak. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Chris. That reminded me of the Dak ankle injury when we played you guys like 3 or 4 years ago. JP says, crazy a rookie has his impact on us, but he does. Yeah, he's part of the new identity of the team, him and Dart. But now, a guy that we had a lot of confidence in going into the year, Tyrone Tracy, he's got to step up. It's going to be his role now for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Yusef says, okay, boys, see you at the draft. Season is done.
Yeah, we'll still watch it.
And Scott says, I'm down 2 guys. Prayers for Scott. Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
Yep.
Angel says, tears in my eyes when I saw it. Yeah, I couldn't even look at it, Angel, when I saw it on the TV.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. It was.
Oh. And Boomer says, I actually believe the boat picture cursed the New York Giants now. Feels like it.
Maybe.
Feels like it.
Yep.
Bodo, thank you very much, man. Sorry, guys. That really sucks. No matter what, I still love you guys. Appreciate you for being here, Bodo. Giants fans just hang in there. I know it sucks. It really sucks. Giants fans just hang in there. I know it sucks. I think Giants fans are starting to have some confidence in the long term. Well, not all Giants fans, rightfully so, because everything that can go wrong has gone wrong in recent years. But I feel like a lot of Giants fans are optimistic about the long term success of this team. But you hate to see that.
Yeah, that freaking sucks. You don't like to see any player freaking get hurt like that, man. We felt. I remember when that happened to Dak. Like I had tears in my eyes. I felt so bad for him, and I hate the Cowboys. But there's more to life than football, man. And that's just the thing. For some people, there isn't. Like it's their whole life because they're, like I said, they're complete losers. Like I just had some faggot on my freaking YouTube or whatever, my Twitter say good or whatever about Scadaboo because I said he ran over Zach Bond. I mean, for real, dude, there's just some people that are absolute pieces of shit, and they always will be. And it doesn't matter what happens on the field, you will always be a loser. Always. Doesn't matter what happens here. Your life is garbage.
Tracy gets 6 yards on the first down, so a good start to the drive here for the Giants as they have it at their own 40. Eagles bring a blitz. Tracy tries to cut it to the outside, cuts up the middle. Tracy running with purpose, gets 6 and a first down for the Giants, up to the Giants 46.
You like to see that, man. The Giants running the ball effectively here to begin this drive. You would like to see them take a lot of time off here, Chris. A nice long drive, get down there, get a touchdown, get the ball to start the second half. Wan'Dale Robinson doesn't have a catch yet in this game.
No, I think Slayton's the only receiver with a catch so far.
Yeah.
Here's Dart out of the gun. 5 minutes to go here in the second. Tracy with 2 good runs to start the drive. From the 46. 8 on the play clock. Dart will take the snap. Eagles come with 4. Dart drops back, heaves it deep. He's got him. That's caught all the way up to the 32 for Daniel Bellinger, who's seen a career resurgence the last couple of weeks with Jackson Dart.
I was going to say, man, he's becoming one of Dart's favorite receivers. He had a huge game in Denver. And Dable going with a lot of 2 tight end sets, with our receivers being injured the way they are, even though I got Slayton back.
Look at the protection, man, from the line. Love it.
He has definitely found something with Belly.
So Giants now already in field goal range at the 33. Shotgun formation for Dart. Take your time. You don't want the Eagles to get the ball back. Take your time.
Exactly.
Dart lets it tick down to 2. He's going to keep it on the RPO. Up the middle. Dart picks up 6. Giants showing some ferocity on this drive.
They are, man. They're not giving up. Not giving up.
4 minutes to go here in the second. Let's go, baby. Look at that no huddle rate. Since Dart's been inserted into lineup, it went from 6% to 30% of the plays. That's a good stat. From the 27, here's Dart out of the gun. Keeps it on the RPO again. Spins out of a tackle, but nowhere to go.
He should have kept one on the outside.
So it'll be 3rd and 5. And Bernardo says Kafka is trying to kill Jax. Fire him and Dable.
Yep. Agreed.
My 2 cents says on the plus side, we have a quarterback. Scat will come back next season sooner. Have a growing D, make some coaching changes, good draft trades, and we're back.
Yep.
When you have a quarterback, you're never too far away, and it looks like we may have one.
Yeah, that's true.
3rd and 6, 5 on the play clock for Dart. They cannot take a penalty here. It's down to 1. Giants have to use a timeout. Good timeout by Dable. You couldn't take that penalty. And Luis says, hope Scadaboo is good. Don't wish injury on anyone. Of course not. Julian says, cracking a cold one early for Scat. Great to see you guys again. Thanks for keeping me sane every week. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yep.
As Joseph says, prayers for Scadaboo. I'm an Eagles fan, but you never want to see that happen, even if it's of course not. RZN says, "Damn scat! If only Senzu beans were a real thing, we could have hit up corn." I guess that's a reference to something I don't know. Lord Commander Mary says, "I broke my my ankles, and with laser treatment, I was walking in 4 months." Oh, I'm sure he'll get the best treatment in the world, but I don't expect him to play till next year at this point. Here's Dart out of the gun from the 29. 3rd and 6. Eagles come with 4. Dart throws. Oh, it might have been broken up. I have to see the replay, but
Gotta catch that, Theo.
Got to see the replay.
Oh, the ball's perfect. Like, he's got to catch that shit. Got to catch that.
As long as the Eagles guy didn't punch it out, I got to see the replay. But if it hit his hands, I agree. He had to catch it. That was
I think he's got to catch it.
It was a great throw by Dart. Yeah, no, he's got to catch it. He's got to catch
Got to catch that. Hit him right in the hand.
Got to catch. What a throw by Dart. Oh, what a throw by Dart. How do you drop that?
Perfect throw. We just don't make plays.
47-yard attempt, and Gano is good because he actually knows how to kick a football.
Hey, look at Gano. Hey.
14-10. We know he's good. He's just never on the field. Giants cut it to 4.
We got to hold him here.
Yeah. Can't give up a touchdown here to close out the half. And Clashes, thank you very much for the $2 donation. Appreciate it, buddy. Thomas says that's why hip drop tackles are supposed to be getting called for flags now, because that is what can happen. Yeah, that was bad. I'm going to be honest, Thomas. I didn't even see the replay because I couldn't look at my TV after I saw the foot. And WJ says that play look dirty. I'll have to watch it after the game. I don't want to see the foot, though. Scott says Tracy could still play. I'm a big fan of Tracy. I thought he was going to have a big year this year. So I have confidence he could play well for the Giants. W says, "Come on, Dart, get the win for Scat. Let's go." I mean, we're still in this game. They got to close the half out well, like you said. Man. Can't give up a touchdown here. .253 to go. Eagles still have plenty of time. All 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. And we'll see if the Giants can do a better job on the kick return. They cannot. The Eagles break another big one. So that's been a big storyline of this game thus far. Giants special teams has not come to play, as Eagles have it close to midfield again at the 42. Can't keep giving them short fields. Justin says, would this take the Giants out as buyers at the trade deadline, or would you like them to get someone like Waddle or Brian Thomas? Like,
I don't use that for next year. I mean,
I don't think it should at all. I don't know if those guys are available, and I don't know what the price is, but I don't think it's about making the playoffs this year if you get those guys. It's about helping your young quarterback with a piece that he could build with long term. 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Hurts out of the gun. They're going to go to Barkley on the first play. Barkley pops it to the outside. He's got blockers, gets 11. And just like that, they're in plus territory.
Yeah, we got to stop Barkley. I mean, this is the thing. Like I said, man, you got to make Hurts beat you without A.J. Brown. You can't just sit there and let Barkley chew you up.
So now they have it at the Giants 46 after the game. Or the 48, 47. Hurts under center. Man in motion. He's going to pitch it to Barkley. Barkley off the left side. And he's brought down by Muasau, but not before he gets about 5.
That'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Eagles already in field goal range. B-Rock says, I love Scat, but also think Tracy could get it done. I agree with that. I think Tracy's very good. But still hate to see that.
Absolutely.
Devon says, ban Peso Frank, please. What did he say? Did he say something about, oh, there he is. Philly owns 44. Oh, yeah, I'm banning him. He's banned.
Like I said, man, there's just shitty people. And just take sauce in the fact they're absolute fucking losers. They got nothing in life. Seriously, man. That's the way I look at it. It's a game. It's a game. Has no bearing on your life whatsoever. At least it shouldn't.
Thomas says Theo plays like he's Wandel's size, and Wandel plays like he's Theo's size. Theo's got to catch that pass.
Yep.
Anthony says Scat is a crayon eating tough son of a bitch. He'll be back. Oh, he'll be back.
Yeah, rub some dirt on it. He'll come out in the second half. I
Donnie
don't
says,
even think Scott can come back from that one.
no, not this year. No. Donnie says Kopka needs to figure out his clock situation, and our receivers need to catch a damn football.
Yeah.
No arguments there.
Yeah.
And Greg says Gano will be injured during halftime. Good chance. Good chance.
Yeah, right.
Boomer Sooner says we're going to waste Dart's career. Fire everyone. Hope not. We're only a year in.
Yep.
Danny Dudd says Theo has stone hands. He's good for 2 drops a game. That was brutal. That was an unbelievable.
We have a lot of them.
That was an unbelievable throw by Jackson Dart.
There was.
You see this?
What I'm saying. We got a guy in Dart. There's no.
This is a movie you probably watched in the 80s, bad though, right? Running Man.
Oh my God, loved it. One of my favorites of all time.
They're remaking it.
Oh God, how can you remake it without Arnold?
It's kind of hard to do it without Arnold. It's kind of hard to do.
And Richard Dawson, Richard Dawson is such a huge part of that.
Yeah, yeah. I just rewatched it actually a couple of months ago. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Boomer says Shane needs to be held accountable, no depth.
Yeah.
How you doing? Says we have a quarterback, also hottie toddy bad dog. We do have a quarterback.
He's
made some great plays. The play where
he really has. I mean, we should be going for a touchdown right now. I mean, if Theo could catch the ball.
So 2 minutes to go. Eagles, I would think, would continue to run the ball because they don't want to give the Giants any time.
And they have 3 timeouts, so they could do whatever they want here.
Hurts out of the gun, and they will continue to run it. Barkley off right guard, spins out of a tackle. He'll get the first up to the 38.
Yeah, especially with the Giants having the, getting the second half kickoff. Philadelphia doesn't want to leave us any time. So
now the Eagles will hurry up a bit as we're down to 1:40 at the 37 after the first down by Barkley. 4 wide, Barkley to the left, Hurts out of the gun, takes the snap. Giants come with 4. Looks right, throws right's got a man caught. Tackle down at about the 26 and a first down.
Got to hold him to 3 here.
Won't be easy. Down to 1:20. The clock's not even a factor. Not even a factor.
Miami is beating Atlanta 17-3. That is insane.
Wow. Hurts takes the snap, drops back, looks right, throws right, easy pitch and catch. Smith splits the defenders up to the 14.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there, but you can't give up a touchdown here.
Looks like they're gonna, unfortunately.
It's just too easy. It's just a quick in route, and nobody's there.
They're not even going to have to use any of their timeouts. Oh, they did use one. So 56 seconds to go. Eagles have it at the 14. They used their first time. Oh, no, it's an injury. Cordell Flott. Great. So now Deontay Banks is going to be the CB1.
Everybody's hurt.
Danny Dudd says Theo is basically Gronk with no hands. Yeah. Pretty much. Well, Gronk could actually block, though. Irish Rover says, hey, Chris and Bad Dog, if you can't pull a player forward, you should not be able to push a player forward. It's bullshit, and the tush push needs to be. I don't disagree with that.
Yep.
And Bernardo says, number 44 jersey is everything. Let's go blue. There's another guy I'm going to have to block. Rashid says, might see Turbo Miller now. Yeah, you might.
You might.
Or they're going to, if not him, they're going to add somebody. V-Tang says, maybe now they'll bring Turbo Miller. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Secret Agent says, this team is cursed. Best players constantly get hurt, while players like Barkley leaves the team and doesn't miss a damn game. Yeah, he played 20 games last year too. So luckily, Flood is at least going off on his own power, so it doesn't appear to be too serious. But he got punched in the face by his own teammate.
Okereke gave him a right hook.
Okereke punched him in the face. So 56 seconds to go. Hurts drops back, throws. Barkley caught, lead blocker, spinning forward up to the 11. He gets 3. 48 seconds to go. Eagles will not use a timeout.
We took the timeout, Chris.
Because of the injury, Cordell Flott.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So now it's down to 38 seconds. I'm surprised the Eagles didn't use their first time out there. A little surprised.
They're making
They
sure.
still have time. They still have time.
Plenty of time here.
Down to 29, 27. And we should have a false start here. I think the Eagles moved.
We'll see. It looked like Carter jumped.
They're saying it's on the Giants.
It looked like Carter jumped first. Or Thibodeau, sorry. Thibodeau is arguing this case. We have too many penalties.
That's a big penalty. Because now they have it inside the 10.
Oh, he moved, Chris. He moved. He flinched.
He knows it too.
Mailata totally flinched.
So now the Eagles have it at the 6. 25 seconds to go. They could run it 3 times if they want because they have 3 timeouts.
Yeah, that's just insane, dude. That was a false start all the way.
And they have to use their first timeout here.
Wow, that's weird. Unless they were just trying to see how the Giants came out and lined up.
Maybe. I guess you could afford to do it at this point. You have 3 timeouts there. Chris Spires says, Dart passed another test for me. Playing team twice, still look good. Yeah, good point. They had film on him. He still looked good, especially with all the injuries on the offense for him to come out and play the way he has. Yeah, it's been impressive on the road.
Yep.
And CJ says, I don't care about this game anymore. Everyone sees an injury.
Yeah. It just seems that way.
And Scott says, try Fredonia tight end too. I'll get Theo out, you're saying? Yeah. Bellinger's our best tight end right now.
He is.
So 2nd and 2. It looks like an empty backfield for Hurts, which makes me think he's going to run with it. Especially with them having 2 timeouts. I could see a design quarterback run here. Hurts takes the snap. Nope, he's going to throw. Quick slant. Too easy. Goddard's in.
Well, that's why my fantasy team is going to be 8-0. I don't know what else to say. Way too easy. Way too easy.
So Giants trail by 10, and the Eagles do a great job of ticking off all the clock.
Yep.
Was he in? I know his body was in, but No, he's in. He's in.
Yeah, he's in easily.
21-10. That's a back-breaking drive to close out the half.
Yeah, absolutely is. Absolutely is.
Giants will start with it in the second half, but that's a backbreaker. You give up a field goal there, you're still well within this game, but that's tough. Oh God,
Bowen's awful, man.
Big Mike says prayers for Scat. Him and Neighbors will come back stronger and hungrier. It's a shame Jackson out there without a dependable pair of hands or anyone to make a play. Giants 2026 go blue. It's not gonna be easy for Dart. Not gonna be easy. RZN says, damn it, man. I really pray it's nothing too serious or career altering. We need our Bavaro 2.0. Yeah. Trick says, being a Giants fan is like some twisted experiment.
It really is.
Since our last Super Bowl, it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's been bad.
Boomer Sooner says, our only 2 weapons, 2 of the worst injuries in 25. Yeah. It's facts.
It is.
Might as well take this out of the end zone and try to pop one, even if it goes in the end zone. That's why they kicked it out of the end zone. So Giants will start with it at the 35, and they'll likely take a knee because they have no timeouts. But I mean, I guess you're 120-yard completion away from being able to attempt a long field goal. If you could throw it over the middle for 25 yards and spike it, you give Gano a chance.
Yep.
Might as well. Yeah, the way Dart is in the huddle, they're definitely going to try to pick. No, they're going to go in and just kneel it.
They don't have any timeouts. It makes sense. They're going to get the ball. You don't want to turn it over. Eagles still have 2
Yeah, I get it. So Giants take the knee. They'll go into the half down 11, 21-10.
Maybe even my buddy just texted me, said it's total illegal tackle on Scatterboo.
And Boomer Shooter says, no chance this team isn't mentally broken by now. We're going to find out, but I definitely have my doubts after last week and the injury to Scatterboo.
That's tough, man. It sucks.
Donnie says these refs need to be fired at minimum and realistically suspended. This is horrific. Nope. That's every week. The officiating in the NFL is awful.
It's really bad, without question.
And Ronald says, I'll be that guy. Eagles 7, Giants 10, refs 14.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Gotta batch them. I don't even remember where I am in the bathroom. Be right back.
And Rule says, our poll rather says, are we playing the refs or the Eagles? Probably both. Max says, fumble not called on the tush push. Scatterboo hip drop tackle. Missed false start against Kayvon. Carter held every play. The documentary on the NFL gambling scandal is going to go crazy. That's what gambling in sports has done. It's opened up questions. Thomas says, refs 14, Eagles 7, Giants 10. Yeah, somebody else just said the same thing. Oh, man. And Jay says, Bond was mad still over 2 weeks back. Hip drop. Yeah, apparently a lot of people are saying it. I haven't seen the tackle. I'll watch it after the game, but apparently a lot of people are saying it was an illegal tackle. Matt says, I'm so disgusted today. The fix, the refs, the injuries, and all the scrubs that have been, yeah.
It was a hip drop tackle. So that's supposed to be illegal, but they allowed it to happen. And did it, just is what it is. Like I said, the officiating in the NFL is just, I don't get it. It's bad. They do a terrible job. There's just no consistency. I think that's the problem. No consistency.
Anthony says, how could you watch this game and think it's not fixed? I don't necessarily think it's fixed, but I definitely think, let's just put it this way. I think gambling has definitely affected the sport. Let's put it. I mean, you'd be a fool not to think that gambling hasn't affected the sport. I mean, we saw it. We know for a fact it happened in the NBA.
Quite a few times.
Yeah, so
it wasn't legal. The first is legal now, but it wasn't legal. The
so and we've already gotten proof that players that are playing today, not necessarily in this game, but in the NFL today, have gambled on the sport and been suspended for it. So you'd be a fool to think that there isn't some games. Maybe fixed isn't the right term, but influenced. Yes. B-Rock says this game got a whole lot less fun. Yeah.
Well, listen, I love Scatterboo. I hate that shit happened to him. Hate it. I mean, I want to cry. Like literally, I hate it for him. But sometimes there might be a blessing. Maybe Turbo does get the call, but maybe he does something. Maybe he becomes a part of the future. But that's just rough first half. Like I said, I didn't even care about the outcome of the game. Like the injury just took everything out of me.
And Farrow says Zach Bond dirty tackle on Scatterboo. Yeah, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to point to the fact that he got crushed against him the week before. Yep. Oh man, what did let me take a look at what Dart did in that first half. His stats should be better than what they are because the drop ball by Theo Johnson. What did Dart do? 73 yards. I don't think those are. He played better than the stats indicate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Terrible.
Bob, man, thank you very much, buddy. He says, I know you like Shane Bad Dog, and so do I to an extent. But what does it say when your 5th overall pick isn't dressed, and the player you moved up to 10 spots in the 3rd round to pick isn't dressed? Not good. Well, those two picks. I don't think anybody would debate those two picks or his arguably his two. Well, certainly the Neal pick is his worst. And you could say the Hyatt might be his second worst. So I don't think anybody would dispute that.
Well, yeah, again, man, it's just, not every GM is going to hit at all, but our 5th overall pick isn't dressed. Who?
What happened? No, I think he meant Evan Neal, 7th overall pick.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, not everybody, no GM is perfect. Obviously, again, nobody was going to say that Evan Neal was a bad pick. Any GM that had that opportunity to take him was going to. He was one of the best linemen out there. He was a top prospect. If you want to say the Hyatt thing, that's fine. But I mean, that's a 3rd round pick. It's, not everybody's going to hit on 3rd round picks. Joe Shane, in my opinion, has done a much better job the last 2 years than he did the first 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with that. He's certainly gotten better.
Yeah.
And Joe says, big bet today, taking the under on Bad Dog's platter.
That's huge. I wouldn't take the under.
Close, because you're at like 5 by now, right? 4 or 5.
I don't know if it's that many, but like I said, I
knew I had 4. I think it's 4.
I knew I had a pot of coffee, so that was going to be tough.
And Aaron Jones, thank you very much, man. I'm sorry for Scatterbo and for the wild tush push call. Hopefully he's okay, and we can still have a good game, guys. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not your fault, obviously. It's
right.
The officiating in the NFL is not just specific to the Eagles and Giants. It's just bad. Very bad.
Yeah.
MetLife says, wasn't a dirty tackle, broken up pass. Again, yeah, I got it. Let me look at it. Everybody's talking. About it. Let me look at it. I'm sure they got a highlight of it on Twitter, right?
Well, I'm sure they got it somewhere.
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
I gotta see it again. I mean, from that angle, I can't. I got to look at a different angle because that angle's it's showing Scatterbo from the front. I can't. That doesn't look bad to me. From the angle that I saw, it's just an unfortunate play where he landed on.
Yeah, I think he just came down on him. I don't know, man.
Yeah. That to me doesn't look like he said. That's more of just a fluke injury. I don't think anything was intended by that by Bond. Oh,
that's tough.
Donk says it's clear the NFL doesn't want the Giants to win this one. Prayers for Scat, though. Yeah.
Yep.
And Kobe says both 3rd down darts throw a dime. Slayton and Theo drop. No, and the other play where he picked up 6 or 7 yards to Slayton was a great play too, where he was running back and forth. Dart played really well.
Yep. Dart played really well.
Yeah. 2 missed calls in the red zone. Yeah. The false start, that was a big miss. Bernardo says Jalen won the award, hands down, always open. What are we talking about? Which award? Jalen Hyatt? He sucks.
Yeah. He's not good.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Got a whole second half to play, Bad Dog. I think we're going to actually keep it competitive. I don't think we're.
Yes, we got to go down and score this time.
Yeah,
without question. We got to go down and score. Got to.
No choice.
Nope. They got to go down and score. Got to go down and score.
And Chef says, why wouldn't anyone want to watch this? Sick of the GM coaches' injuries. At least Joe Judge was funny. This just sucks. I think I'm done for a while. I understand, man. That was a downer. Seeing Scadwood go down, that was a downer.
Yeah, definitely was.
I know you love your tight ends. Bellinger's been playing better, though, Chef.
That's a fact.
The offensive line's playing good again for the most part, too. Judge was kind of well. Judge just broke down at the end. I think he gave in to the fans. that was a complete collapse there in that press conference at the end. I thought Gettleman was funny. I always think Gettleman was funny. Not a great GM.
Gettleman was funny.
What?
Gettleman was funny.
Yeah,
he was.
Let's see. Is that the correct score? No, it didn't. I don't know. I go to update and it doesn't update. No, it's not the correct score.
21-10, right?
21-10, and we're about to be in the third quarter.
Yeah.
They scored a touchdown right before the half. Giants are receiving the kick, Rajiv. So Giants got to score here. First drive, got to score. Vote is going to be 31-1 this time for the Tushy Push ban. I think I agree. I don't know if it'll be 31-1, but I think it's going to get banned. Donnie says, it feels like some higher power literally hates the Giants.
Seems like it.
Yeah, it's the Brady gods. They're still punishing us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Brady's doing the game today, so you know, he got us.
You think that black cat has something to do with this? Who knows, man? Maybe it's the boat. Maybe it's the black cat. Maybe it's the fact that
there's definitely a higher power that just curses this team. They just curse him, man. I don't know what else to say. It's tough.
And why Giants Wise says Gettleman set the franchise back a decade. I just said he was funny. I don't debate that he did a good job. He did not.
Yeah, he didn't. He definitely did not.
Yeah.
He definitely did not.
I don't necessarily think he set it back a decade. Not defending anything that he did. I think in the NFL you could turn a team real quick, but he did a very bad job.
Yep.
And New Jersey Justin says Giants died for the NFL's sins when we stopped the undefeated Patriots. It feels that way.
No, I mean we did win another Super Bowl after that.
Yeah, the second time we beat the Patriots.
Yep.
Well, then I was going to say I was shocked when I saw that score, but now I'm not, obviously.
Miami beating Atlanta 17-3. That's a shock. And I know Penix isn't playing today, but that's still a shocker.
Yes.
Miami's not good. It's just that is a total shocker. How just happened there?
Lamar's not back. Okay, people are saying.
Oh, sorry. I thought he was back.
Then I am shocked. I thought the Bears. Yeah, when I saw that game,
I thought Lamar was back today. My bad. I thought he was.
Bernardo says.
Nope, he's not. It's Tyler Huntley. Yeah, Huntley is 14 of 15 in that game for 156 yards. That's crazy.
Maybe he'll make his second Pro Bowl. I still can't believe that guy made a Pro Bowl. I think he threw like 4 touchdowns that year. Bernardo says, "Why are is that a troll? Maybe, or I don't know."
I don't know.
Yeah, why are gay? I don't know why are gay.
Yep.
All right, Eagles set to kick it away as the Giants will see if they can make this a game. Santa Claus dancing in the end zone at the Eagles Stadium at the link.
Did they boo him?
Probably. That's what they're known for.
Oh, man.
Kicks away, and the Giants are going to take this from the 3, see if they can get good field position. They will get good field position as Gunner's tackled up at the 35, so a good return by him. 14:54 to go here in the 3rd. Giants will start the 2nd half with the ball.
We need to get this ball to Wandale a little bit here.
Yep.
Somebody.
But I think you got to stick with the run too, though. Don't get away from it.
Yeah, I agree. But in the past game, I think we got to. I know it's difficult. Slayton's got a couple catches today, but I feel like we got to get these wide receivers.
They're coming out with an empty backfield.
Yeah, Jordan Humphrey's out there in a 4 wide. This might be a run for Dart. You never know.
Be. They're going to motion Wandale across the formation. Dart out of the gun, takes the snap, drops back. Still looking. And he takes a huge sack. Too much time. You got to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, agreed.
27 rather.
That is something Dart definitely has to get better at doing. You got to know when the play's not there, and you either got to take off with it or you got to throw it away. You can't ask much more from the offensive line here. You know, he's got to roll out of the pocket or he's something. You got to throw that ball away, like right there. Just got to get out of the pocket and chuck it away.
Yeah, that's a drive killer. So 2nd and 18 now for the Giants, and we'll see if Dart can get him out of it. Dart takes the snap, drops back. It's a throw to Wandale over the middle. Wandale's got some blockers. He gets about 10. It'll bring up 3rd and 8.
I wish you would have squeezed through that. That would have obviously been big.
And Glenn says, does anyone know a good exorcist?
No.
We might need one. That's for sure. So 3rd and 10 now for the Giants after a big gain there by Wandale. Giants 2 for 5 on 3rd down today, and they're averaging 8.4 yards per 3rd down. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, we need a big one here.
Here's Dart. Dart drops back. Eagles bring 4. Giants offensive line holds up again. Dart steps up. Dart throws across his body, and that was just well short.
You got to run with it there. I mean, you got to. Sometimes I think what happens with Dart is he tries to do too much. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to take what's there. And sometimes just, you got to live to fight another down. He had Tyrone Tracy out in the flat. He looked right at him and didn't throw it, which I don't really know what he was doing there.
So 4th and 10, Giants will have to punt.
Tough day for the Giants, man.
Punts away by Gillen. Eagles are going to field this all the way back at their 6. They'll take it out there to the 15, to the 20, and brought down at the 23. Andrew says, what do you guys think of Mike McCarthy? Yeah, we've been asked this a few times. He will be able to manage a game better than Dable. Dable got to go. He is not a head coach. I've never been a huge fan of McCarthy, but as I've said on our show, Giants Collective, several times, and I don't know, I got to see who the candidates are that it's available if we're even looking for a coach. But if we are looking for a coach, I wouldn't be opposed to him. As I've said several times, I feel like the Knicks need their Tom Thibodeau for the Knicks, where they got an experienced coach who put the franchise towards the correct trajectory. I don't know if it's going to be McCarthy, but I think that's the type of coach they need to look for. Somebody that's done it before, has experience as an NFL head coach. I wouldn't be against that. Wouldn't be my dream choice, but I wouldn't be against it.
Yep, agreed. Agreed.
Let's see. Ryan H says this game is over, but we didn't get swept. Yeah. It's not over yet, but it's not looking good.
No, it's not. I can't get over how bad our defense is. It's just terrible.
Harbaugh would be my dream choice if the Ravens were ever let him go. It doesn't look like the Steelers will let Tomlin go because they're likely going to win the division.
Yep.
Let's see. We're bad on both sides of the ball today, not just D. Afghanistan says, good to see you, Afghanistan. Yeah. Offense isn't. They really, they had one good drive, but outside of that, they haven't been great. I mean, Malik, he says, yeah, Harbaugh has done wonders with one of the best teams every year. I mean, he gets that. I'm not saying he's an incredible coach, but he constantly has them deep into the playoffs. And they lose to Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen, who have proven to be better quarterbacks than Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. So, I think Harbaugh's a good coach at the very least. I'd sign up for him right now.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Chiefs Way says Gruden, Gruden. Yeah, a lot of people. I'm not on the Gruden train, but I understand why fans are. He's been out of the league for so long. Here's Hurts out of the gun. Well, not so long, but he didn't have success when he came back temporarily. Hand off to Barkley. Barkley off right guard gets 5 or 6.
It's defense. The Giants' defense is such a major disappointment. I mean, I can't stress it enough. I can't stress it enough how bad this defense is.
Boomer Sooner says, and the offense, like the Ravens, is perfect for Dart.
Are you talking about Harbaugh?
Yeah. Barkley now.
That's the problem. Dart's got to get better at some stuff. He's still got to develop, but our defense is the major issue here. There's another wide open pass.
Way too easy on some of these passes for Hurts. His wide receivers are wide open. About 15 yards up the field, he hits Devontae Smith.
Yep.
And Bernardo says, Tanya Harding is better than Dable.
Yeah.
Would I rather have Dable or Belichick? When you say Bill, do you mean Belichick? I want nothing to do with Belichick.
Belichick's done.
And there's a pitch to Barkley. Barkley gets 6. He's like 80 years old now, right? And I mean, it's not like
he is like 80 years old. Not even exaggerating. He really is like that old.
I think he's set to retire. I mean, he's probably going to retire. North Carolina's been a joke. Yeah. Ryan says Dable deserves to be fired just for keeping Bowen.
No, man. It's a bad day.
Shotgun formation for Hurts from the 50. Takes the snap. He fakes the pitch to Barkley. Hurts rolls out to the right, looking downfield, throwing on the run. Was he in? No, he dropped the ball out of bounds. Incomplete, even if he was in.
Good pressure by Musso.
So 3rd and 4. Everything's still open for the Eagles. They could run it, knowing if they get 2 or 3, they could push it.
Yep. Well, I mean, that was a huge that play at the beginning of the game, Chris. Just such a huge turnaround when they took the fumble off the board. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just, it's ridiculous.
And Thomas says it's Banks and Corey Black in at cornerback now. Well, you know what that means. Bombs away. Here's Hurts. And there's Banks lined up on Smith. Hurts looking his way. Throwing. He just cooks Banks. My God.
Banks wasn't even in the screen.
He wasn't even in the camera.
Banks wasn't even in the screen.
Big gain of about 15 as Smith comes back and grabs it. First down for the Eagles. And Chris says, do you think Dex is playing hurt? It doesn't seem like he's been the Dex that we saw last year before the injury. I'll say that.
Definitely not.
And Dex hasn't even been out there for some plays today. I've noticed like a good amount. He's not out there right now. Here's Hurts under center. Hurts is going to turn. We got a stoppage of play. There's a flag.
I don't think they got the playoff.
Yep. Delay of game. So it'll be 1st and 15. I don't think it's going to matter. I feel like they're just so wide open on every play.
I know. I agree. This defense, like I said, this defense is just so bad. It is such a bad defense.
The secondary is awful with all the injuries now. It's awful.
Yeah.
Man in motion. Again, they got Smith on Banks. Expect them to go that way. They'll go to Barkley here. Barkley up the middle. Gets a hard 4. It'll be second.
Yeah. You see, he's running much harder than he did the first
First time that we played him.
Of course, we're playing that fucking guy, so of course he got that big touchdown.
And
I get them confused.
Boomer Sooners just can't see a scenario where Dable or Shane return. I can, but I'm not saying I'm rooting for it, but I certainly can. Man in motion is Smith. Hurts takes the snap, play action. Pressure from Newman, but he was pushed out of the way. Hurts spins out of it, throws, that's batted up in the air. Incomplete. Giants did hit him that time, 3rd and 11. Almost created a turnover opportunity.
Calcaterra's out there. It's not even got it right now. Big play for our defense right here.
And Lou says, just got in. Is Burns not playing? He's playing.
Yeah, he was on the bench a little bit earlier. Good job by Kayvon getting us. Boy, Chris, Kayvon has been great this year. He has been really good. We got to get him off the field here, man.
Field goal attempt likely, but yes, I got a home run field goal attempt.
It'd be a long field goal. He missed him there earlier, so I mean, how about a sack?
Hurts takes the snap. Giants come with 5. Hurts throws. That's a lollipop. He got hit as he threw that one. Come on.
Dude, that ball's deflected.
We're going to get a pass interference on Corey Black. Ball wasn't even close.
Are you serious? Are you serious with that call?
He grabbed his jersey.
They were grabbing each other.
Yeah. There comes a touchdown.
The officiating is just a joke, bro.
From the 26, here's Hurts. Shotgun formation.
There's no reason to watch this product.
Hurts takes the snap. Pressure from the Giants. They'll bring him down. Loss of about 5.
Nacho got there.
So 2nd and 15.
That was not there's just no way that was a pass interference, dude. I'm sorry. Just not.
Nacho sack dance.
Yeah.
So now it'll be 2nd and 15 as we're almost halfway through the 3rd quarter. Hurts under center. Barkley in the backfield from the 31. Takes the snap, pitches. Not Barkley, rather. What's the name of their backup again? Nowhere to go there. Back to the line as he gets stood up.
Great job by Carter. I mean, he got the initial pressure. We got another big 3rd down here for the Giants. We got to get off the field, Chris.
Absolutely. Can't give up a touchdown. The game's over if you give up a touchdown. So 8:16 to go here in the 3rd. The Eagles already in field goal range. It'll be about a 48-yarder from there. It'll be 3rd and 15 for Hurts. Come on, where's a sack? One time. Hurts takes the snap. Giants come with 4. Hurts is able to get rid of it, and it'll make it a much more makeable field goal. Tackle up to 23.
Smith got lit up there. He took a shot. But yeah, it's all right. You held him you're down 2 touchdowns. Obviously, you got to,
And Dexter Lawrence limping off the field.
Nah, he's all right.
He's all right.
He's all right.
So Eagles will have to kick it here. 40-yarder from the right hash.
Block one.
Snap. Hold. Kick is good. 24-10.
Like I said, football team I think my fantasy football team is good though. Jalen Waddle just had a big touchdown.
And B-Rug says Nacho sack dance has to be the salsa, right? I don't know what that was. It looked like he was kind of like bowling, and then he brought it up into a microphone. I don't know, but I enjoyed it nevertheless.
I need to go bowling.
I thought you go bowling.
Let's go bowling.
24-10, and Bernardo says fire Bowen too. I think every Giants fan agrees with that.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't understand. I just don't get it.
Mahomes is so overrated. What are the Chiefs even playing right now? They're not playing right now, are they?
The Chiefs know they play tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't think Mahomes is overrated. He's playing a lot better. He's playing great the last like 3 or 4 weeks. I still think he's the best quarterback.
Who?
Mahomes.
Oh yeah, no question.
I have to, but before I could anoint Josh Allen above him or Lamar Jackson or whoever above him, you got to beat him in the playoffs, which none of them have been able to do.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. He just knows. He just knows.
He's like Brady. He knows how to win.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, beating the refs, they definitely get some assistance from the refs for one. There's no lies there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see Scat next year. Evan says, yeah, it won't be till next year.
Yeah, there's no reason to bring him back. There's no way he's recovering from that.
Was dislocated ankle? I don't remember if that was the exact. I mean, I think it was. I don't know if it was. I think he broke it, Dak, but it was. I think it was a very similar.
Dak's was very similar. Like I said, I remember that wasn't against the Giants. It might have been. I forgot who it was against.
Dak was against the Giants.
Was it? I remember. I did whatever. I
open up the year, or was one of the very early.
I just remember, like, literally, I was like almost in tears for him, and I hate the Cowboys. I just hate seeing anybody get hurt, man. Like I said, man, there's a couple pieces of shit that are out there that'll celebrate that, but if that ever happened to like Hurts or Barkley, I wouldn't be sitting here going, "Yay!" You know what I mean? I'd feel terrible it's football, for Christ's sakes, man.
Giants take this from the 5, and they'll be tackled down. That was Singletary who took that one out. He'll be tackled down at the 25.
I tell you, man, people with completely empty lives take this shit way too seriously. There's way more important things than that. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't care what jersey they're wearing, man. I never want to see that shit happen to somebody. I feel terrible for them. They're human beings, man. I want to see that shit happen to somebody.
And Randy, thank you very much. He says, this fan base has got awful. Now we got people calling Dex overrated to trade him. That's stupid.
They're not Giants fans. We got to get a touch on here.
I don't want to trade Dex at all. Here's Dart. Dart hands to Tracy. Tracy off the left guard picks up 3. I don't think he's been as good, but he's also coming off an injury. I'm still very confident that Dex is one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league.
Yeah.
Second at 6. And Bernardo says, let's show some respect for Andy Reid. I'm second greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. I don't know if he's the second best. He's up there. Belichick's probably one.
I think you have to put
Lombardi. Vince Lombardi's got to be one of the greatest coaches ever. But Reid is definitely top 5 without question.
Tracy with another hard run there as he drags the Eagle defender an extra 3 or 4 yards. I've been impressed with Tracy. He's played well.
He played well last week too. He had the big touchdown. Now, there's still plenty of time in this game, so you can't give up on the run. And you want to try to loosen this Eagles defense up a little bit by running the ball. And maybe, you can, again, work play action, or you can work with Dart's legs here. But this is the worst this offense has looked since, Dart started, in my opinion. We only got 7 first downs today.
So Giants have it 1st and 10. They're going to hand off to Tracy. Tracy off left guard gets 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Yep. I would like to see him pick up the pace here a little bit.
I feel like Dart plays better out of the no huddle too.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Come on, Dart. Come on, Dart. Giants offense, for the most part, has been pretty stagnant today, with a couple of nice plays here and there by Dart, but no flow really to the offense today.
No, there hasn't been.
Dart takes the snap, and that's dropped by Slayton, incomplete. He sucks. Third and 8. And now Bellinger's hurt. Jesus. Bellinger going into the tent.
Man, we're all banged up today.
3rd and 8 from the 37. See if Dart could make a miracle here. He might have to use his legs. Dart takes the snap. Eagles come with 4. Dart throws. That's a first down. Theo actually held on to the football.
He did. That's a good job by Dart. He threw that ball before Theo was out of his break. Theo turnaround ball was right on him, and a solid job. That was a tougher catch than the last one he dropped. Dart fired that thing right in. That's a big first down for the Giants.
So Giants now have it around midfield after a big conversion there on 3rd and 8 by Dart, as the Giants have it at their own 46. See if they get something cooking. 4:42 to go here in the third. Here's Dart out of the gun. He's got Tracy to his right. Takes the snap, drops back. Eagles bring 4. Dart rolls out of the pocket, looking downfield, throwing on the run. Incomplete.
I don't know who you're throwing. I don't know if you're throwing a Slayton or Theo there.
I think it was Slayton, just based off of the velocity that he put on the throw, but nobody was open.
No.
So 2nd and 10. Griff says, sorry, Bad Dog. The Giants have been more likable this season, even for Eagles fans. Nobody wants to see injuries, but the Giants still have a long way to go. I think the Giants are out of purgatory.
We do. I mean, there's stuff to go, but I think there's stuff to build on. I think that's the big thing.
So pistol formation here for the Giants at the 46, 2nd and 10. Man in motion, Theo. Dart takes the snap. They're going to give it to Tracy. Tracy's going to get about close to 3. They'll bring up 3rd and long.
Dude, Miami is beating Atlanta 24-3.
That's a shocker. It's the NFL, man. Every week there's always a shocker.
There is. Wow, that is crazy. Chicago just scored a touchdown.
3rd and 7 here for Dart, as they have it near midfield. Huge play here. You got to get at least 5 to even consider.
Yeah. Yep. Come on, man.
Come on, Dart. Make a play. Make a play, Dart. Come on, Dart. 8 on the play clock. That's a false start. Jesus. Clear full start.
Yep, on Van Roten.
Can't have that.
Can't have it.
Now you go from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 12. Horrible penalty. Boomer says Slayton should not be in the NFL. He should not be. Not a good starter. I'll tell you that. He's definitely not a wide receiver too.
I guess not a wide receiver. When I get on Shane's case, it's a bad contract, I guess.
Yeah, I was for it, but no, it was not a good contract in hindsight. Not the way that he's played. No. 3rd and 12. Eagles showing blitz. Dart takes the snap. Eagles come with 4. Dart under pressure, buys time. What a play by Dart, as he was able to loft it over the defender for a first down to Theo. That was all Jackson Dart, buying time in the pocket.
This is something you just can't teach. I mean, it's just instinctual. Dart's ability to maneuver around the pocket and avoid pressure and make plays with his legs, extend plays, and then find open receivers, man. It's uncanny. And as a rookie, this is why Dart definitely has some things to work on. He's got to get better with his accuracy. His decision-making at times needs to be better, but you're very encouraged by the things that he does like that.
They blow that play up in the backfield. Tracy didn't have Singletary didn't have a chance. It'll be 2nd and 12.
We have not seen Wandale barely at all in this game.
One catch, I think. Donnie says, classic Twitter boy, can't catch a football. Oh, you talking about Slayton? Yeah. 2nd and 13. Giants have to get it to the 35 to pick up a first down. Eagles showing blitz. They come with it. Dart drops back, gets it out quick, hits Wandell. It'll make it third and more manageable. Third and about 6 or 7. I think it's 4-down territory at this point. You can't settle for a field goal.
I don't think so. Yeah, field goal does you no good here. Let's hope you don't have to get it for it down, man. Hopefully it's just you get a first down.
That would be great. Third and 7 for the Giants at the 41. Man in motion, Wandell. 10 plays for 34 yards. My God. Dart takes the snap, drops back, throws it up. Oh, what a catch by Singletary. Not
Good
the best
Lord.
of throws by Dart, but Singletary made an incredible play.
That was an incredible adjustment indeed. Dart underthrew him. Singletary off the ground, off his shoe tops, made the catch. So that's a big play for Dart and the Giants. Shout out to Singletary. Maybe Singletary needs to line up as wide receiver.
I didn't know Singletary had that in his game. What a catch.
That was a hell of an adjustment. Dean didn't locate the ball down the field.
Up to the 13 now. Giants in the red zone. Dart out of the gun. That was a false start in Illuminor that they don't call. Dart trying to buy time, gets rid of it, incomplete.
Smart. That's smart by Jackson Dart. And yes, Illuminor out of the Lane Johnson book takes a half step back and the officials don't call it. Illuminor full started on that play to Singletary too. Maybe, I guess Illuminor times it right.
Maybe. What a catch, man.
Full start.
Oh, it was clearly a false start.
Yeah. Twice.
So
come on, guys. I gotta pee again. My bladder can't hold this shit much longer. Score a touchdown.
Out of the pistol. Giants are going to fake the run. Play action. Is that a fumble? His arm was coming forward. That shouldn't be intentional grounding. Theo Johnson was there.
It's not.
Oh,
I think
man downfield. Is that what it is?
It was ineligible downfield than the Giants. How the hell does that happen? How do you have an ineligible?
I think I would decline this. I think I would decline it if I were the Eagles because it would either be 2nd and 15 or 3rd and 10. I think I would decline it.
Jameis Winston is yelling at something there. I don't know what the hell that was. How do you get an ineligible man downfield on that play? I love Jameis Winston, dude. How do you get ineligible downfield when Dart literally threw the ball into the ground? And they are going to decline it.
Yeah, they should have. So now it'll be 3rd and 10. Got to get at least 5 yards here to even entertain going for it. Otherwise, you got to take the 3.
Yeah.
I think if it's 4th and 5 or shorter, you probably go for it. 1:03 to go here in the 3rd. Giants have it from the 13.
Put this in, man. I got to pee.
Come on, Dart. Come on, Dart. Make a play, kid.
Little Jordan Humphrey.
Eagles showing blitz. Dart takes the snap. Eagles come with pressure. Dart killed. They're going to have to take 3. He loses 3 on the play as he gets sacked. Got to take the 3 now. No choice.
Yeah. All right, I got to pee. Be right back.
Oh, so it's going to be 24-13 if they make the field goal, which we should never take for granted as Giants fans. Good job by Dart to hold on to that ball. They were trying to punch it out. So Gano's going to line up for the field goal here. It'll be a 34-yarder. Snap, hold, kick is good. Giants within 11. I'm just going to change the quarter now. There's 19 seconds left. 24-13. Our kicker's Gano. Defense got to get a stop here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we could use a turnover.
We need a 3 and out at the very least.
Agreed.
Quick
So, yeah,
stop.
a turnover would be huge for us, though. But Tough day.
Hey, Benny Boozy's good to see you, man. He says, Chris, what's good? Good to see you, Benny.
Benny.
Shah, I've seen him say it a few times. He says, Bad, get your prostate checked.
My prostate's fine, bro.
What is that, like 5 times now? 5, 6?
Probably.
I mean, he did drink a whole cup, the thing of coffee.
I drank a whole pot of coffee, drank a beer, had some soda.
See me.
I don't know how many times I got to say this. I know a lot of people don't work out and they don't understand the way your body works. But for every gram of carbs you eat, it holds on to 3 grams of water. Seeing as I don't eat any carbs except for Saturday, and my body holds on to all that water, and then I don't have carbs in my body, Sunday it expunges all the water from my body. This is why we go to the bathroom all the time on Sunday. It is the way it goes. Saturday, shit don't happen. Sunday, it happens.
And JC says, at least the D got rest on that drive. I don't know if it'll matter, but I agree. The secondary is still very concerning right now with all the injuries. Peter says, I was going to be scat for Halloween, still will be, but now I added a walking boot to my Amazon cart. Ugh, God, that's horrible. Malik says, Dart is competing. I agree. He's played well. The stats may not be like,
everything. Yeah, man, you just want to see him grow and get better.
Dart's played well. Dart's played well today, all things considered. He's played well.
I think he has too.
I mean, you think about if Theo Johnson holds on to the ball, that's a touchdown.
Right.
Got a couple of crucial third down conversions.
Jesus. Frickin' Miami's up 30-3 against the Falcons. Falcons beat the Bills.
They're one of those Jekyll and Hyde teams. Kicks away, and this time the Giants, for the first time, I think all game, do a good job on the field position as they'll start at the 28. Good coverage there.
We have to. Giants get, like I said, we could use a turnover. Buffalo's up 40-3. You think Buffalo is pissed?
Maybe this is their get right game.
Carolina makes no sense either. Nobody makes sense this year.
Carolina hasn't beaten anybody good though. I had a feeling I didn't think they'd get beaten that bad today, but I had a feeling.
The Falcons aren't terrible. They got killed. Houston's beating San Francisco.
Yeah.
JC
says you knew the blitz was coming. Should call a screen on the last play. Yeah. So Eagles will probably run it here, and they do. They give to Barkley off the right side, a hole the size of the Grand Canyon, off to the races for Saquon, and they already have it at midfield as he's pushed out of bounds.
And that's the end of the third quarter. And they're going to run. I mean, that's the crazy thing. And the Giants just haven't been able to stop that all day.
Ryan said, Dog, will you wear a diaper if we get to the Super Bowl? He won't drink that. He won't drink that day. Boomer Sooner says Godwin, same injury as Scat, October 22nd last year. So there you go. He was out till this year at the beginning. Actually, missed the beginning of the year. Mark says top 32 big boards have 7 wide receivers and 5 edge. Since no quarterbacks for us, we go wide receiver. Got to see what they do before the draft. But wide receiver, line, corner, those are all possibilities in the first round for the Giants, I would think. Right, linebacker, if there's a good enough one.
Yeah.
Depends on where we're picking in the first round, too. But probably wide receiver or line, if I had to guess. Because you're going to want to help Dart.
Yeah. Dallas-Denver game ought to be a good one.
Yeah. I think Dallas is going to beat them.
I do, too.
I really don't think Denver's that good.
I don't either. I think our defense is completely overrated.
Yeah.
The 3 games they played against Jake Browning, the Jets, and the Titans. They played us. They gave up 5 touchdowns. I mean.
And Lat says we need a wide receiver badly. We certainly do. Even with Neighbors back, we do.
We need a lot.
Yeah, I didn't bring up D tackle blue just because I don't think they would take one in the first round if they're picking early in the first round. But yes, DT is definitely a need.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Agreed.
All right, let's see if the Giants could somehow manage to get them the punt, even though they already have it near field goal range after they give up 25 yards in the first play.
I know. It's crazy.
Nathan says Barkley may be hurt. I noticed that at the end of that run, he was coming up a little gimpy.
He's fine.
He may come out for a couple of plays, but I think he'll be okay.
Yep, he's fine.
They're showing it again. Yeah, he pulled up on it a little bit. Maybe a Charlie horse or something. He's going into the 10.
Yeah, maybe a tweak of a hamstring or something.
And B-Rock says, Bad Dog, I am only going to wait by the West restroom so many times next week.
You won't have to worry about it next week because Sunday, I won't worry about my diet on Sunday. So you're not gonna have to worry about that. We'll change it up.
And here's Hurts under center from the 44. Hurts takes the snap, play action. Giants bring a delayed blitz. Hurts under pressure. Burns is going to bring him down for his 10th sack of the year for like a 20-yard loss.
That is a huge loss. And Abdul Carter's gotten great pressure again. Burns closed it up. 10 sacks. That's like a loss of 15. They had this ball at 41. Let's see where he gets tackled.
Did Shane Bowen come with a creative blitz?
He's down to the 41. He gets tackled all the way back at the 39. That is like an 18-yard loss. 21-yard loss. They bring out the field here. That's a bad job by Hurts.
They basically just lost all the yards that Barkley gained on the first play.
21-yard loss. That is huge. You got to get off the field now. You can't even give him half of this back.
And here's Hurts. He's going to hand on the draw play. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They pick up 34 yards on the draw play with Bigsby.
Wow. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable. What the hell are they doing? What is this defense? You cannot give up 34. Wow, dude. I have no words. I have no words. Shane Bowen has to be fired, dude. It's over. It's over.
From the 31, Hurts is going to hand. Bigsby makes a man miss. He'll get 7. How do you give up 34 yards?
I just don't understand this shit at all. It's just ridiculous.
And Angel says, McFadden, Neighbors, Scat, Holland at Debo. If healthy, we're good. I believe our future is bright. Let's go, Giants. Shaw says, can ICE deport Bowen plus these refs? Asking for a friend.
How'd they get 2nd and 3?
They gained 7 yards with Bigsby on first down.
I didn't think they got that much.
And there's a handoff, Shipley, and he'll get the first down since they don't blow up dead for the Eagles as he pushes them forward for an extra 2 yards. I mean, obviously, touchdown, the game's over.
This game's over anyway.
It feels that way, but touchdown, it's over.
It's been over, but
got to find a way to hold in the 3.
Shane Bowen's a fucking idiot. He's just such a bad defense coordinator. It's just pathetic. I mean, just a huge disappointment.
Hurts is going to hand. Giants get penetration. It doesn't matter because Bigsby makes 3 guys miss, and he gets 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
It's crazy. Just throw the ball to Goddard, dude. At this point, I don't even care. Barkley must have a little tweak or something. I mean, there's no reason to put him back in the game.
Back in, they're running the ball well without him.
Yeah, you got this. Well, I was going to say, you got the game in hand, so you don't need to. Chicago must have over inside the 10. Good that shit to Derrick Henry.
Boomer Sooner says Bowen will never be fired. He's a yes man for Dave's. He'll be fired at the end of the year, but I agree that there's a good chance they won't fire him in season. And play action for Hurts, and there's Goddard's touchdown.
There you go.
Eagles go up 31-13.
There's my fantasy team. 8-0 incoming.
31-13. Unbelievable.
Yep. Incoming.
And Bernardo says, knowing Dable, he sneaks in all tenths. I don't know. I don't know. The whole I get why they have the rule, because they don't want the coaches to influence the doctors. I get that, but Dable didn't even enter the tent. He just I don't know. I thought that was a little excessive, the fine, but I guess they're trying to make a point. JC says Muasau just flat-footed, missing McFadden. Yeah, Muasau's not a starting linebacker. I mean, he is for this team with the injuries, but he's not. They might fire Bowden soon, bad dog.
They have, Chris.
Second and 31. You can't give that up.
You can't, especially on a draw play. Like, it's just terrible. That's just inexcusable. Too many penalties. Like, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of crap. Stuff can't happen.
Injuries or not, you can't give up 34 yards on a run play.
I agree. It's just, you can't give up 34 yards on a second down and 31. Yeah. It can't happen.
I actually think I'm actually going to predict it, and I very rarely predict in-season firings for the Giants, knowing their history. I think Bowen's going to be fired within the next 2 or 3 weeks.
I think it has to happen. I do. It's got to happen.
He might even be fired by the end of this week.
He should be, honestly.
Yeah. And B-Rock says, look, the season is over anyway. Fire Bowen. Anyone is better than him. You can't follow up the Denver performance with 200-plus yards on the ground. It's not good. Boomer Sooner says, season is officially over today. Here's to 2026. Another year of thinking about the draft. Way too soon. And Super Anthony says, at some point, you have to blame Shane, not Bowen. Well, I think you could blame both. Yeah, you could blame both.
Yeah. Yep.
The defense looked better with, I think, less talent with Wink Martindale. Far better.
Yep.
So you got to point the blame at Bowen, right, for that? Dog says, Bowen with back-to-back
30 points scored on his defense.
30 points scored on his defense. He needs to go. Yeah, he's not good.
Nice, bad. I need Waddle to get one more yard to get 100.
Mark says, bad dog, you seem to have found inner peace with what the Giants are. Impressive.
Yeah, man. I think that like I said, sometimes you have to do some reflection, and that's just what it was. When we lost to Denver, it was just kind of a lot of self-reflection, whatever, with the Giants. And I know that they're a ways away, but I feel like they're going in the right direction. And they weren't picked to do much of anything this year anyway. So, there's going to be growing pains. It sucks that everybody got hurt, but there's going to be growing pains.
Singletary brings it out to the 32. I mean, at this point, you just want to see Dart play well and have a nice drive here to maybe score a touchdown.
Yep.
Bowen fired tomorrow. Book it. I might agree with you there, John. I usually don't predict that in season, but I feel like something's got to change at this point.
Yep. Agreed.
And Chris says, not Bowen's fault if Shane is Shane Dable for hiring him. Well, he's still got to execute. They shouldn't have hired him, sure, but he's not doing a good job.
Yep.
And here's Dart. He's going to turn. He's going to pitch it to Tracy to start the drive. Tracy gets back to the line. It'll be 2nd and 10. The Chiefs way says it's defensive players are the problem. Well, I think it's also they have a lot of injuries to their defense, sure, but you can't. I don't care who's out there. You can't give up 34 yards on 2nd and 31 on the ground.
I don't know, man. I mean, you're gonna say that these guys don't have talent on defense? Like it's just.
Oh, with the injuries to the secondary, I guess you could say, but
we just gave up 34 on the ground on the back of running back.
Yeah, that's a pick. Oh, or a fumble. Yeah, I mean his arm was clearly coming forward. That should be an incomplete pass. They ruled a fumble.
Okay.
His arm's coming forward. Isn't that the rule? If the arm's coming forward, that's an incomplete pass.
It should be, but who knows with these officials? Who knows? Who knows?
I saw it in a college game yesterday, the same exact play, and they originally called it a fumble, and then they overruled it to an incomplete pass. I feel like
that was Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, yeah.
It was Oklahoma, yeah. It was Oklahoma. He should have just went down there, honestly. I don't know, man. It's hard to tell there. He might have that ball knocked out beforehand. I think it's a fumble.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's a fumble.
I think he's starting the forward motion though before it's hit.
I think it's a fumble.
We'll see.
Well, they review them all.
Knowing the Giants, that's going to be ruled a fumble.
Yep.
Rashid says, at least I got Hurts and Goddard in my fan. There you go.
Yep.
Sumer says, Dable won't fire Bowen. What don't you get? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Donk says, we need a weapon. Dart needs another wideout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot.
We need a lot. Chris says, we should fire Dable tonight and clean house. They won't do that, I don't think. But I could see Bowen. His judgment's awful, and we can't risk Dart getting hurt just so he could save his job. Dart can be great, but not with this staff. They might very well fire him at the end of the year.
Yeah, this staff needs to go bye-bye, I think.
Farrow says, if only there was a team that could come back from an 18-point. Yeah,
right.
If only we were playing the Giants. And
yeah, I know, right?
Landon says, the game is off in my house. Dart is still great. I'm not worried about Dart. I'm worried about most other things. MetLife says, we always pick the 10, but never get better. Outside of 2023, when we made the playoffs, we picked like 24th or 5th. But yeah, most years we're top 10.
Yeah.
Let's see. Farrow says, why don't they call the play dead there, but then on the tush push, they stop it while the play is still going? I don't know. The tush push play today made no sense to me how that wasn't ruled a fumble, but that's not why we're losing the game.
I agree. I agree.
And W says, Shane Bowen has to be gone after this game, right? I think there's going to be a lot of calls for it, W. We'll see if the Giants go through with it, but I think it'll be talked about for sure.
The way this team has played, and we're obviously not going anywhere. You might as well fire him.
They did overrule it, so the Giants keep the ball.
Throw the ball to Wan'Dale Robinson, man. Come on, I need more freaking points here, bro. Let's go. We need Henry to give me another touchdown, too.
3rd and 10 for the Giants. See if Dart can pick up a first down here to keep this drive alive. From their own 33, 10:35 to go here in the 4th.
It's also tough. Like, Dart hasn't really had to play from behind much this year. You know what I mean? So
Eagles come with 5. Dart steps up. Dart, dead. Eagles are just teeing off with him at this point. They're sending the house on every play. So Giants love to punt.
The Giants are very one-dimensional. Dart, like I said, Dart hasn't been in this situation where it's an obvious passing down, where he's had to go back and just,
throw it.
But you hope a game like this, because it was a good job by Tyrone Tracy to pick that up. initially, but you'd hope a game like this would get some people fired.
Wow, I thought they'd punt there. Not, they're going for it at their own. I mean, might as well, I guess. So 4th and 11 at their own 32. Giants at least lining up to go for it.
Well, they have to, I guess. I mean, they're done by 18.
Yeah. Dart takes the snap, drops back. Eagles come with 4. Dart throws it up. He's got him. Slayton caught. He's going to take this all the way to the house. There's a flag, of course. We'll see if it stands. Why is Slayton putting his thumbs down? We're still down by 10 points, but
you're an idiot.
This is going to come back. It's going to come back. They're going to hit Slayton for offensive pass interference. Oh, my God. I don't know if it's Slayton, but it's offensive pass. Yep.
Dable is losing his mind over there, dude. Huh?
Come on.
What, dude? What?
Come on.
What?
And by the way, and I get that Slayton pushed off a little bit, but the Eagles guy also had a full hand of his jersey.
Come on, man.
Look at this. He's got his whole hand of his jersey there.
I know. What are we doing? Dude, they're banging into each other. I mean, what is this?
And now the Giants will have to punt. What a joke.
It is a joke, dude.
Punts away. Eagles go for the fair catch at the 26. Get Clayton Adams for head coach, Dallas offensive coordinator. Look at LPG. They're showing LPG. He's done.
Yeah.
We'll worry about that, Mills, in the offseason. We'll figure out, if they're moving on from Dable, which is obviously very possible.
That is such a bad call. I mean, again, it's not the reason we're losing, but
that's a bullshit call.
It's a terrible call.
Vicente says, I've always watched every game I could since 84, and I just can't do it this season. Head coach sucks. The injury curse. The ref screwing us over. Tapping out.
Yeah, I feel like it, but I won't tap out.
And Farrell says the energy is gone after the Denver game. On the Scatterbo injury. Sooner says, what's the way forward from these past 2 weeks?
I don't know.
I mean, as a fan, you just got to hope the Dart keeps playing relatively well and you have something to be hopeful for next year. But this team's in trouble. This year, they're in trouble.
Yeah, I agree.
Too many injuries. And the coaching staff doesn't help. Let's see. Don't Get Park says Bowen won't get fired midseason because it's no one else. He didn't get hired because he's good, but because he was the only one to accept the job. He's no one's first choice. I agree that that's the primary reason why he got the job to begin with, because the Giants were a very undesirable defensive coordinator job with how things ended up between Wink and Dable. I don't think defensive coordinators were rushing to come here after that. But I mean, I think you could fire Bowen and appoint somebody that's on the defensive side. I don't know who they would choose, but you could have an interim defensive coordinator for the rest of the year. But we'll see. I wouldn't be shocked if they fire him though after today. I wouldn't be shocked.
No, they need to fire him.
Nick
They need to fire him.
Nick Spence says, not sure if you all brought this up yet, but Scatterbo never gets injured if the refs don't make that atrocious call. We didn't, but people in the chat did. I mean, it still could have happened, but we wouldn't have been on the same spot on the field.
Right.
It still could have happened, but we'll never know. And Don't Get Park says Bowen won't get you donated twice by accident, I think. Or maybe YouTube just posted it twice. But yeah, we just answered that. But I appreciate it, man. W says the refs are giving the Eagles this game. Handoff off the left side, big hole, and a 10-yard game for it doesn't matter who's running the ball. They get 10 yards every time.
I totally missed it. Totally missed the crap.
And the refs are giving the Eagles this game. The Eagles are going to win this game without the refs. But yes, the refs have been bad.
Agreed.
We can't stop the run at all. Whole game. I mean, he did push off a little bit, but it was both parties.
Yeah, it's just such a bad call. I mean, it's just such a ticky-tack call. It's just bullshit, dude. They're both grabbing each other. It wasn't like it's not like he totally just like pushed them off with both hands. They're both grabbing at each other. Look at the rushing yards.
That's going to keep going up because we can't stop them. Yeah. Pickup of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 as Bigsby continues to tear us apart. Farrell says the NFL is rigged.
I don't know about that. We're just not a good team. And the freaking, the officials didn't help us today. I'll say that much.
Thomas says you guys are forgetting the rules. You can hand fight unless you're the Giants, then it's a penalty every time. It seems like it's just 8 minutes to go here in the 4th. 2nd and 3 for the Eagles as the clock continues to wind down. Hurts is going to hand. Big hole off the right. Dude, this is insane, the holes that the Eagles are getting on these runs. That's a
nice step up there by Deontay Banks. He don't even fucking try, dude. I hate that guy. I can't stand Deontay Banks. He don't even try, dude. He just sticks his hand in there.
They get about 15 on that play.
Throw it to Goddard again. The hell with it. They're not gonna throw it all here.
Why would you? They can't stop the run.
No, I know.
1st and 10. Eagles have it at the 44. They're just getting bullied.
Yeah, it's a complete reversal. This is normally what happens, Dustin.
This is the Giants-Eagles game I was expecting the first time around.
Same.
And there's a handoff to Shipley. He gets tripped up in the backfield. He'll lose a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11.
His own guy tripped him.
And MetLife says Mitchell is holding his arm like what the blank. It was both parties. It shouldn't have called a flag.
Yeah, it was a bad call.
And Alexander says, wish Cash Patel was a Giants fan and investigate.
It's just, we didn't do ourselves any favors in this game. But the officiating was bad. I mean, it started with that damn fumble. It should have been a fumble.
Hurts keeps it on the RPO to Goddard. Goddard pushed out of bounds. It'll be, we'll see if we give him credit. I guess they do. They said the ball came out after the catch. So it'll be 3rd. There's a flag. Hopefully it's not on the Giants.
It's late hit.
Nope. It's going to be I guess a motion penalty on the Eagles. So it'll be 3rd and 16 or 2nd and 16 rather. Illegal formation. We can't avoid the injury bug. No, we cannot.
Yeah, that's tough.
Nothing but calls for the Eagles. FBI investigate. Mark says Dable needs to hold on to Bowen for year-end scapegoat. That was my mindset, Mark. Actually, I posted that on Twitter earlier in the week. But at the same time, like if the defense continues to be this bad, he might get fired anyway because they're going to say, "Well, why didn't you make a change in season?"
For who?
Dable, like at the end of the year, if he tries to peg this on Bowen, well, then Merritt can come to and say, well, why, if the defense was this bad, why didn't you make the change mid-year?
Agreed.
So I don't know if the defense continues to look this bad, I feel like he's gonna have to make a change at some point. So why does it say 3rd and 6?
Did they decline it?
They took the penalty off. So there's no penalty apparently. I can't imagine.
They picked the flag up.
So Giants bring a blitz. Hurts heaves it deep. Devontae Smith just goes up and takes it away from Corey, or Jahan Dotson, I should say, goes up and takes it away from Corey Black, and the Eagles score like a 40-yard touchdown.
Oh, good. Fantasy team 8-0.
37-13, extra point pending, and the Eagles look like they're back.
Get right game for Philadelphia.
Wasn't bad coverage by Black, but Dotson just went up and took it from him.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep. No.
Kick's good. They probably don't even bring Dart out now.
No, you shouldn't. You should not bring Dart out. You shouldn't bring Dart out.
Let me just make sure I'm caught up with everybody.
It's funny because normally I do a post game, but I think with the Eagles, I like to do the live stream right after the game because it was fun the last time. It ain't gonna be as fun this time. I can tell you that much.
I wouldn't do it, but more
I
power
have
to
I gotta do it. We gotta talk it out.
you.
Talk it out.
A Footlong says up 3 scores in the fourth. Do you think the Eagles are worried like we would? Of course not. Now they're up 4 scores.
Right.
Let's see. Stephen Lilly says in the UK, this is the game, and OC called refs cheats. The refs were really bad, but we were going to lose this game regardless.
Yeah.
Really bad. The refs. Yeah. Ronald says level of bias in a game is unreal. 24-point swing.
I'm not blaming the officials. The officiating was garbage, but the Giants just got outplayed.
I mean, they're getting pushed off the line of scrimmage every time the Eagles run the ball. Giants will start with it at the 35 as it goes out of the end zone. We'll see if they give Dart another drive. They probably will because they want him to get more experience, but I wouldn't be stunned if they don't bring him out.
No, he shouldn't be out there.
I think he's going to play, but we'll see. I agree with you. I wouldn't put him out there. He's out there. So 6 minutes to go, 38-13. Dart out there. Giants will start with it at the 35. 4 wide, out of the gun. Eagles with a 4-man front. See if Dart can get a garbage time touchdown. Dart takes the snap, drops back, throws.
Go to Wandale, man.
Tracy picks up 5 on first down. Giants obviously need to get into the hurry up.
Yeah, give me those cheap yards to Wandale Robinson. Let's go.
Let's see. Chris M says, sorry, but fundamentally disagree. Coach picks the staff and keeps picking wrong coordinators. So the coach is the problem. I agree. I don't disagree with that. I think there's a good chance Dable will be fired. Dart rolls out, looking downfield, throwing. He's got a man. Caught it. It's Wandale. Wandale thrown at like a rag doll out of bounds. But Giants have it all the way up to the 25. A huge gain there. Good play by Dart.
Yeah. Give me those fantasy yards at this point. I guess for Dart, you want him to get that experience, you want him to get the reps, but this has been such a bad game for us, dude. Like,
Here's Dart from the 26 after a big gain. Drops back. Eagles come with 4. Dart, run. Nope, he'll throw. He's got him over the middle. Spun down at the 7. So the Giants have it all the way up to the 7 as Collins with the catch.
Bo Collins. Throw it to Wandale for a touchdown, bro. Let's go.
Giants hurrying up, trying to do what they do to the Eagles was done to them last week.
Yeah. Yeah, really got to get freaking 25 points. No problem.
4:33 to go. We'll see if Dart can get it done.
No problem.
From the 8, man in motion is Collins. Dart takes the snap, fakes it to Tracy, looking towards the corner to Collins. Incomplete. Let me catch up on these. But yeah, Chris, I don't know if I said that or maybe you took something I said as interpreting that I was trying to not place blame on Dable. I think Dable deserves a ton of blame. I just don't think the Giants would fire him in year, at least this early in the year. But I could see them firing Bowen. But I agree that Dable has not done a good job.
When the Jets come back, the Jets are down like 38-15, and it's now 38-32 over there.
They're playing the Bengals. That helps. Here's Dart. Here's Dart under center. Takes the snap. They're going to run it. Tracy up the middle. Slides in and out of a tackle up to the 3. So they got 2 plays to get 3 yards.
Go with the Wandale.
And Say Less says every flag should be reviewed by a third party for at least 10 seconds. I don't know about that. The game would take way too long if you did that. But yeah. I think you should be able to challenge. I agreed when the NFL expanded challenging to like pass interference calls. My issue wasn't that they did that. My issue was that they never overturned it. So I agree that you should be able to challenge more things than you can. Here's Dart from the 3, and it's a design quarterback run. Dart gets stood up, and they're going to have to go for it on 4th down. Very little gain there. 3:23 to go. And Blue Monkey says, Pizzle just tweeted the future is Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Blue Monkey said, Pizzle just tweeted the future is Eli Manning. Maybe as a coach. Let's see. Let's see if they throw it here. They might run. We'll see.
Yeah, throw it.
4th and goal from the 2.5. Could do a design quarterback run for Dart. Man emotions Wandell, and it is a design quarterback run for Dart, and Dart's going to get in.
There you go.
So Dart scores. It's going to be 38-19. I guess they'll go for 2. It doesn't really matter, actually. So they'll probably kick the extra point. Still a 3-score game regardless. It's okay, Giants fans. Our future is bright.
Hey man, like I said, dude, the Eagles are better than us. It was nice to beat the shit out of them the first time we played them. It was nice. But I mean, we have a lot of work to do, man. There's no doubt about it. It's just, but I like the future of the Giants. I think they're going to be much more competitive next year. Like I said, we have a much easier schedule, and you're going to have a year of experience. Hopefully, these guys can get healthy and stay healthy next year, and I think they're going to be okay. Well, I'm just looking forward to the game next week. I don't care how bad we lose. I just want something to,
have fun.
Exactly. And we will have fun. It doesn't matter. There's a lot, like I said, man, football is part of life, but it's not your entire life. So we'll have fun hanging out. And I'm just looking forward to that. And, the game is.
You think Dable tries an onside kick here or just kicks it off?
You might as well try. We have nothing to lose, right?
2:44 to go here in the 4th. Giants trail by 18 as Brian Burns looks devastated.
Brian Burns is giving his heart and soul to this team. He's giving his heart and soul to this team. Derrick Henry just scored a touchdown. Thank you. I mean, the guy we're going against today is 6-1, and we are laying built ass on him. We're killing this guy today.
Giants are doing the onside kick. We'll see how Gillen is at these. Surprised, you would think Gano would do this, no?
Yep.
Like, he's obviously very experienced in doing these. It's weird. And the Eagles will field it at the 45, 2:43 to go. And we'll see if the Giants even use their timeouts to try to get the ball back.
Yeah, you might as well. I'll be right back. I got to hit the head again.
All right. And Nick DeWick, hope you're doing well, buddy. You don't know we lose this either way. Giants should have the ball 7-7 instead it was 14-7, not to mention the false start before halftime. I don't know, Nick, but the way that the Eagles bullied us up at the point of attack, whether those calls were right or wrong, I still think the Eagles would have won this game. It clearly would have been closer, and it changed the momentum of the game at the time, but I don't know. I just feel like we were bullied the entire time up at the point of attack, after the first quarter specifically. McKee takes the snap, hands to Bigsby. Bigsby up the middle, breaks 3 tackles, still on it. This is ridiculous. This is insane. Bigsby carries the Giants for like 12 extra yards up to the 27. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. And Evan says, it's time for therapy. My relationship with this team is, yeah.
That's why I got to do the live stream after this game, because we gotta do some therapy. I might need it myself. I could be the only one. I could be the only one in the chat, and I just need it. I need it for myself. I need it for myself.
Tuna Will says Rush did steal the game. It's a 3-point game. Slayton PI and the fumble that Philly ended up a touchdown. I don't know how anybody can watch this and say it wasn't rigged. I'm furious. I mean, the refs were horrible, but
Yeah, they are.
I still think we lose the game. That's just my honest opinion.
I do too.
We couldn't stop them.
I mean,
They ran for 300 yards against us.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the game would have been more competitive, perhaps, but the Eagles are better today.
How many games are you going to win when you give up 300 yards?
Yeah, they're better than that's it. That's all it was. They killed us, man. That's it.
The refs had nothing to do with us giving up 300 yards on the ground. Curve says gonna have to wait until next year for that sweep bed, though. Yeah, unfortunately. Hopefully next year. I'm not saying I'm not mad at the refs. I was very mad in the moment, but I think we lose this game regardless. Connor Ski says, hey, we are improving. We are making extra points. That's a start. And Chris Spire says, I think I would trade. I think you're muted, Bad Dog. Chris says, I think I would trade Kayvon.
That happened last time, too. I wouldn't trade Kayvon.
I would sign Kayvon. Farrow says, when the FBI investigates the refs, they need to also investigate the NFL for giving the Giants the hardest schedule. Yeah. The schedule's predetermined, though. I mean, every year it's the same formula. It's you play rotating divisions every year in both the AFC and the NFC, and then you play in the divisions that you're not playing, you play the team that finished in the same spot you did the year prior. So it's not like, it's predetermined how the schedule's laid out. It's just that the Giants sometimes have bad luck, and the teams that they end up playing are better than they were the year prior. Andrew says Dart is going to be good regardless if Dable here. I agree with that. I don't know if he'll be great.
I agree.
Regardless, but I think he's going to be at very least a good quarterback, and I don't think Dable's leaving is going to hold him back from being that. Now, you have to have a good coach you bring in here. You don't want to screw him up. You don't want to bring in Jason Garrett like you did for Daniel Jones his second year, but I agree. I think he could continue to get better with or without Dable. The Chiefs way says, I told you it's the effing D players, all of them.
I think it's everything you could think of here. Just whatever. I mean, everything that could go wrong today went wrong.
I can't believe we gave up nearly 300 yards on that ground.
Yep.
That's insane.
It is insane.
They must have talked it over. The Giants must have told the Eagles they're not going to call timeouts because the Eagles are just kneeling.
Yep.
And the Giants will not call timeout. So that's it.
That is it.
So
that was not a good game. Any which way you slice it, that one was a tough one.
First half was a game, and then the second half it just got out of control.
Yeah.
Well, the game was basically over, Bad Dog, when we gave up the touchdown before the half. That was the backbreaker. And then after that, it was just lights out.
Yeah. That was not one you're going to put on film. That's for sure. So Eagles go to 6-2, and we go to 2-6.
Somebody I saw, D-Night says, can't tell me these guys on defense haven't quit. It's hard to say they haven't when they give up 300 yards on the ground. I mean, let me look at the final stats on the ground, Bed. It was close to 300. Well, I'm curious. Somebody in the chat, let me know. What's the record for most rushing yards surrendered in a 4-quarter game, non-overtime? Because today the Giants gave up 277 yards on the ground.